someone who thought the sport itself was enough and there was no need for all this modern marketing and social media nonsense. But in 2016, Eccleston agreed to sell his baby to American group Liberty Media. It cost Liberty Media $4.4 billion, and they quickly got to work. We got an F1 app almost immediately, and teams were allowed to show us more from behind the scenes. One of Liberty's most important deals was with Netflix, which in 2019 brought us Drive to Survive. The effect? An almost 70% rise in viewership for races in the US alone. It's massively benefited Formula One online too, with a rise from 7.8 million followers across its social media platforms in 2016 to around 50 million today. New eyes are on the sport too, with F1's own subscription TV channel, which people can watch anywhere in the world. But the main market they've tapped into is the US. There's now 3 races there a year, in Texas, Miami and Las Vegas, and an American-branded team, Cadillac, getting involved in the sport too. More races seems to be the direction of travel. A street circuit in Madrid's being welcomed onto the calendar, while conversations around a Grand Prix in Africa have ramped up in the last few years. More big events could be in the offing too, after the massive F1 75 season launch event in London in 2025. 7.5 million people tuned in to watch it live across their social media channels, and that doesn't include the viewing figures for where it was broadcast on TV in certain countries. It seems Liberty will do whatever they can to grow the F1 brand. Their efforts have been worthwhile too, with Forbes valuing the sport at $17.1 billion back in 2023, almost 4 times more than what they bought it for in 2016. Not bad, considering it's seen as a sport where people just drive around in circles.
Well, that's not the nation's big morning switch on.
No, it isn't it?
That's not grassroots goal talk.
Listen, I know as a broadcaster you shouldn't say this, but...
what are you going to say?
I don't have the word. Yeah. I'll tell you who I think is a bleeping Pete. Let me go through
Don't
it.
get me started on...
Yeah, but you think I'm lost for words.
Yeah, I know, I bet you are.
It's not like writer's block. You know, I had things to say. I've got a whole show, you know, meticulously planned.
12 bits.
12 whole bits, and it's there's every single bit is great, but when it starts in this way, it's so flat. It's just so hard to get yourself up for it, isn't it?
It's like going down to in 2 minutes, 1-0 to England at Wembley, isn't it, Max? If you want to, I mean, even that I couldn't say it properly because I couldn't get behind it because of this music.
No, didn't know what you were saying. Actually,
didn't know what I was saying. I was just saying, what is
the first half of the sentence? Bazza Stanley says, I arrived back from Crete at 3 o'clock this morning after educating the Cretans on the Go Get It.
Oh, yeah.
I just woke up after setting my alarm for 9:55 so I could catch them this morning. No pressure then, Charlie. Go get it. How can we provide for Bazza Stanley when this is the music underneath
the dross?
Somebody needs to do something fast.
Bazza Stanley's woken up.
I just needed to get a little bit aggressive because whoever's pressing the buttons know that I can come right over there, walk in there and knock him out in one punch.
Anyone.
Here we go, everybody.
Check it.
morning, everybody. This is the world's biggest sports radio station. It is talkSPORT. My name's Max Rushden, alongside me, Charlie Baker. And Charlie, this is just any warm-up.
This is the double award-winning, award-retired, game day retired warm-up, Max, on Saturday, the 10th of October, 2025. And at 15 o'clock, it's Stockport County versus Blackpool in League One. It's on talkSPORT 2. Commentary from Adam Stamford Bridge and former Arsenal midfielder Adrian Clarke, the OB producer. And then at 17:30, it's Bath versus Gloucester in the Gallagher Premiership. It's on talkSPORT 2. It's commentary from Andrew McKenna and Matt Garvey, the OB producer. Ooh. Oh, it's Andrew McKenna. Dum diddle Andrew McKenna. Dum diddle Andrew McKenna. Hey, I'm a McKenna.
Well, I don't have the words for this bit.
Andrew McKenna, go get it! And then at 18 o'clock, it's Hull KR versus Wigan Warriors in the Super League Grand Final. It's live on talkSPORT, commentary from Mark Wilson and Paul Cook, the OB producer. Oh, it's Matt Gobbins. He wears a dustman's hat. He wears gold blimey trousers, and he lives in a council flat. He looks a proper nana in his great big bobtail boots. He's got such a job to pull them up. He keeps the baby roots. Hey, go get it! It's Big Ticket Live, League One, and Gallagher Prem, and Super League Grand Final action. You can't afford to miss.
Dan says that Go Get It's like a laxative to the writer's block that previous music gives to anyone. We're flowing now,
Yeah,
by
sure,
God.
Sure. Yeah.
It's the 11th of October, YouTube, says Philip.
That's not my fault. Blame the producer there. That's
Get
written.
these two idiots off the radio. Time to change to Radio 5.
Yeah, over to 5. Over to 5 live I go.
Over
to 5. I'm going to get a T-shirt saying, over to 5 live I go.
Richard in Oxford.
What a
Not
threat
good
it is,
maker.
Max.
It's I mean, it would be bad if everyone did.
If everyone did.
I guess, wouldn't it?
Be a shame.
12 bits, says North Church George. I'm so excited. He says, go get it. Michael says, 12 bits and no football. Strap it. No football. It's
loads of
Stockport v
football.
Blackpool
Exactly.
commentary.
What do you want about?
I mean, I must say, when you said that was the first thing from the Go Get It, so I was like, that's a thud, isn't it? You know, I mean, we're away to Shrewsbury, so like that is a big game in relative terms.
Talking at home to Dagenham and Redbridge today, live on DAZN as well. It is live on UK TV.
Oh, okay. So no
that's good
klaxon
fun,
for
isn't
you.
it? No klaxon
12 bits
there.
and no football. Strap in for some utter nonsense and lots of random bits of music. Go get it, says Michael. It's like you know the show too well.
Got a new game today, Max. New game. I'm quite excited about it.
Well, you were quite sceptical.
I was.
We had a
but
little
you
run
discussed
through.
it to me, and it was good fun.
Yeah. What is this woke nonsense, says Adam.
Oh, yeah.
The old talkSPORT that used to make you sing My Old Man's a Dustman in the audition. Now the hosts don't even know the words, he says.
They
Now,
would have
listen,
enjoyed
we both have an idea for each other.
Yes.
Or text subject, 2 subjects for the listeners. We have got 12 bits. There's plenty of time to fill, guys.
Yes.
I mean, the show is packed, but, you know, you could help us out a little bit once in a while. So do you want to give me your idea first?
Yeah,
or do you
sure.
want to hear my
There's
idea
some. They're playing in Shanghai at the moment. The tennis,
Who's they?
the LTA, the tennis tour is currently in Shanghai, and 2 people have got to the semi-finals, not playing each other. Arthur Ridderneck and Valentin Vachereau. So not like, you know, they are playing like top level people, but they've got themselves through. They've announced at the beginning of the week that they are cousins, Max. So they might end up playing each other
That's exciting.
No one knew they were cousins. So the text topic I wanted to do...
What do you mean? No one knew they were cousins? Was it like, Davina McCall and Nikki
I think they
Campbell
knew.
got them in?
I think they
knew. I
don't think anyone in the
Right.
tennis world knew. But the text topic suggestion is, what have you done with your cousin?
Right, okay. Everything's allowed, I think.
I don't know. Quite a lot of calls from Devon coming in, but let's...
Devon and Norfolk. It's gone big.
What have you done with your cousin?
Okay, what have you done with your cousin?
Yeah.
That's yours. Mine is as follows. A friend of mine was on a flight to Budapest yesterday.
Okay. Yeah.
On his flight, Premier League referee Chris Kavanagh, and also Right Said Fred. So
Wow, together
the
or
text up? Well, don't think so.
were they in a
but the
three
text
and
up-
Right Said Fred sat either side, Chris Kavanagh in the
I
middle?
think so. Well, there was a third member of Right Said Fred, wasn't there? So maybe
Was there? Oh, yeah.
Chris Kavanagh was in Right Said Fred, the original. I mean, look, you can't knock Deeply Dippy as a tune.
I mean, it's a banger.
The question is because obviously, when have you seen a famous person in whatever guise?
we could do
Not
that.
interested in that.
We could do that.
But like unlikely celebrity sort of pairings, then I'm suddenly interested.
I'm not interested in pairings because that's actually a three, isn't it, Max? So if we want to do
Yeah,
it,
but
if we want to
still
be
it
as
counts
niche as possible,
It is a pairing. It's not like
Three celebrities
have you seen
together.
Well, the text topic is not. Have you seen a double act from the '90s, sort of niche music double act for the '90s, and a current Premier League referee? We're not saying have you seen Milli Vanilli and Anthony Taylor? Like that is too.
the
that's
Chuckle
too
Brothers
niche.
and David Ellery out for a pint.
So listen, no, it's just they were there and they were there too. That's the subject.
Sure, yeah, great.
Yeah,
I like it
so,
very
okay.
much, very much.
So what have you done with your cousin? Is Charlie's, and they were there, and they were there too, that was a
and
surprise.
also they were there. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it
great.
was really
yeah.
good.
And you'll never guess who else was there.
Yeah. Minister Paul says, "Good morning, Max and Charlie. Love your if it ain't broke, break it approach to broadcasting. Always a joy."
Okay, that's nice.
I think that's good, isn't
Yeah,
it?
very good indeed.
After a slow start, Baz has been back in touch. Sack the producer. The weekend has officially started. My old man of the dustbin to be played all day in my brain. Go get it, chaps. Flannel formula and failure. Welcome to the best therapy money can't buy. Keep making it up as you go along, says Carlos.
We really
in
work
Swansea.
hard at it. And the thing is, we really work hard at it. And then, you tripped up immediately by Saturday, the 10th of October, 2025.
Yeah,
And it's Saturday the 11th, and immediately from day, the first thing I've said is wrong.
If anybody knew how much, off air, I talk about the craft of radio to people, and then this is what I do.
This is what you mean by it. And what do you mean by that? Oh, singing Bridge Over Troubled Water badly.
Just slightly out of time. Really good. I held the high note until I ran out of breath.
You did very well.
Very well. I've got a good diaphragm. It's from playing the clarinet. Yeah. It's great at clarinet. That's how I got the job at talkSPORT. They said, "Come on, tell us what you know about football." I said, listen.
Listen to this.
I can do Weber's third concerto in A flat. So, that'll knock them out.
Yeah, very nice.
That'll get them going. So, look, we've got two good subjects.
Yeah.
That's for you two to get on with. We'll do some other stuff around it. Thank you to
Thank you, Michael. Already a text we cannot
Absolutely.
read out.
Cannot read that out, but glad you did it twice.
Nick from Sheffield, we're not allowed to mention that man's name, so we can't
Okay.
read that one out either.
Are we not?
I don't think so. I don't think so. No.
Bring back redacted. Is what it's saying. It's like MI5. You see, if you
It's crossed out in black permanent marker on the text board.
Is it?
No, it's my
sorry.
little stupid
Sorry,
joke.
it was a
there.
good joke.
I don't think it's possible to do that, Max.
I don't know why I didn't get that.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is all brought to you with Travis Perkins, a medium pacer from New South Wales.
Travis.
Did so well in that 1976 Ashes series.
If Pat Cummins is out, Travis is thinking
He's got a good chance.
he might get back in.
Imagine that. 4 for 86
Might
of
be.
20.
You never know.
The way the pitches have changed in Australia, they could suit that medium pace of Travis Perkins.
Travis Perkins
Doing what
could
matters for
come
the
back.
trade. Find out more at travisperkins.co.uk or download the app.
If this was made 2 to 3 years ago, I'd have said this is absolutely crackers.
Right here for Dave Allen, it's saved his career. Big right hand goes in, Fisher, again, as he covers up, body shot.
For books, and it's full of plants. Love the show, boys.
Very nice.
This is good.
Oh yeah,
this is good.
What's
On
good?
The and they were there too.
Oh yeah, they were there too. Yeah, oh yeah.
I was out for brunch with my wife in Primrose Hill. Peter Crouch and Abby Clancy in one corner, Robert Plant in the other.
Wow,
go get it. Which way would you look? Right there, they're there.
Who should I look at?
They're there too. Yeah. Who should you stare at?
Paul's been in touch. My
Paul.
cousin and I, along with my best friend, this is what have you done with your cousin? My cousin and I, along with my best friend, who shared the same surname. I mean, that's a whole other text topic, isn't it? We shared the same surname. Won the National Junior Team Karate Kata tournament, aged 11. Paul, the Man U fan in Rochdale. Congratulations, Paul, and cousin
Well done,
and
Paul.
friend with same surname.
Ray says, I was at Live 8 at Hyde Park backstage. I said hello to David Beckham, who then disappeared into Snoop Dogg's dressing room with Bill Gates.
Oh, my God.
I was backstage at Live 8. I interviewed Snoop and Bill Gates. 2 great interviews
Is
for
that
the
true,
ages.
Max? Were you at Live 8?
I was, yeah.
What did you do?
I was
What were you
there
doing
in
at Live 8?
I was interviewing the stars.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is that when you were young and hip and you were like the future?
Yeah, I was young and and I thought I could make something of myself.
Really thought it was
now
going
around.
to happen.
Yeah, surrounded by weeds in a shed.
Singing Bridge Over Troubled Water.
Matt says, I was in Prague. I saw Keith Hackett and the Cheeky Girls, and I'm like, come on,
That
Matt.
isn't true, Matt. You can't fish us in. We know when it's the truth.
My cousin and I once won a briefcase full of double-deckers, says Ben.
Is that true?
Yeah, well, it must be.
Wowee.
It's an odd lie if it isn't.
I know, yeah.
He's the current chairman of Hampton and Richmond, says Ben in Hanwell. Thank
He
you,
loves the
Ben.
Beavers. The Beavers are the Hampton and Richmond. They play at the Beavery, and it's Chat GPT on a Thursday. It's its catchphrase. We love the Beavers. Just for people, it's filling in people so they don't feel left out, Max. You know.
Lars has been in touch to say, I feel my Baku story could fit in here. Well, let's go straight
Quick,
to him.
get to
Time now
Lars.
to look ahead to the today's action with Enterprise Rent-A-Car.
Destination Football on talkSPORT with Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Whatever it is, we're here for it.
Lars. Lars. Be the Lars. I don't know.
Maybe we should listen back and see if the singing is annoying, Charlie.
It might be. It might be. Might be annoying. But
Hey,
people
Lars,
sing
good.
along.
Welcome.
The singing is not annoying. Okay? It's sometimes the only thing that sustains me on a weekend. Yeah, it's really good.
What's your story? Lars is calling from wherever he is. What's your story,
This
Lars?
is looking fresh.
I just caught that as like weird celebrity sightings, and I do kind of want to bring in.
It's a bit beyond that.
It's more than that. There needs to be more than one. It began with a mutual friend of ours, Lars, producer Joel from the Football Weekly podcast, who was on a flight to Budapest with Chris Kavanagh and Right Said Fred. So if you haven't got two,
That's huge.
if you haven't got
Just
two,
one, we're not
let's-
interested,
let's-
Lars.
No, we're saving it then, unless I don't think I can count as one of the celebrities in this case. So I definitely think we're going to have to just put a pin in that for a different topic.
You can't be one of the celebrities. I saw them and me. I was there.
I can't be that, nor for concept reasons or for not being an actual celebrity reason. So it doesn't work on any level.
Don't do yourself down.
We'll stick a pin in the Baku story for one day when we're really desperate because there's absolutely nothing going on.
No, it's right. At some point we will do your Baku anecdotes, and it will be big.
I want you Baku for good.
Doug says, I once saw Uriah Rennie with the two Ronnies. Three Ronnies. No, you come on, Doug. We're better than that. Hey, let's do some sport before everyone else gets angry. Let's talk about England to begin with, Lars, because it was a really good win. I mean, it was a they'd won the game. I feel like I can't complain about England winning a game easily when I complain about them failing to break down a low block for ages. So I thought they were great. I really like everything that Thomas Tuchel said, even like calling out how quiet it is at Wembley, because it is, even though there are lots of families there, lots of reasons for it. They should take England around the country, I really think.
I agree with that.
But the most interesting thing is that they won that game comfortably with all the players that weren't there.
Yeah, and I think the team selection and the squad selection is the most interesting point here, no? And I think it's really interesting what he's done. Because I think a lot about this. This international football is one of my favorite things, but it is also a slightly odd thing because we have the situation where the squads get together and then they have like a handful of training exercises between training sessions, between the traveling and the games and stuff. And then they all leave and don't see each other for a long time, like weeks, sometimes months. And it is a tricky job trying to build a team collective in that, trying to build a team spirit, trying to build something. And I actually think this is harder for the bigger nations. I think it's when you're from a place like me, from Norway, a lot of the players play in different countries, they play in different leagues. The international sessions are great because they get together and how are you doing? How's the it's really sort of coming together. But in England, of course, I think the vibe can be slightly different. So trying to foster that sort of almost club mentality, I think, is genuinely difficult. And I kind of think a lot of talk, obviously, being about the omission of Bellingham, the fact that Foden's not in there. But I just think it makes perfect sense when you have that game against Serbia in the last international window, where it really did feel like something came together. I mean, a little bit to do with the Serbians not playing that game very smartly, but also that looked like a team. Like that was England the way I think everyone wants it to look like. So take the majority of that squad and bring it with you. If Morgan Rogers is playing great in that role, don't immediately drop him. Like if Anthony Gordon's looking lively on the wing, don't drop him. I think that's really cool. I like that approach.
Yeah, I like it. And I think what's interesting is because Thomas Tuchel isn't there for long, that he can sort of afford to be braver, right? Because obviously if you didn't take Jude Bellingham to the World Cup, I'm sure he will. But if you didn't, then unless you win, lots of people are going to yell, why didn't you take Jude Bellingham to the World Cup?
But that is one of the other downsides of being a massive footballing nation with a huge sort of depth of talent. Like if you are a smaller country, you just kind of have to pick your best players and throw them in there and see if they can figure something out. If you have the kind of depth that a nation like England has, you have decisions to make, and decisions to make mean that someone will always disagree with that decision. I mean, there's no way around that. And I think there is a nice safety net in Tuchel in the fact that he knows he's there to win the World Cup. Like, just let's be very clear. That is what he is hired to do, to put England in the best possible position to win the World Cup. And he doesn't have to worry about any kind of politics. He doesn't have to worry about what the agent of this player says. He doesn't have to worry about what this pundit says. Doesn't matter to him. And I think that's a very healthy thing to have. And I think that gives him a little bit of a free hand to go about crafting a group of people who work well together that is not necessarily the best 11, 15, 18, whatever individuals you have in your country, but just a group that works really well together. So I think it's good. And it also kind of, listen, Jude Bellingham's going to be in the World Cup squad, like if he's fit. Like let's be clear about this. But I do think dropping him, let's call it what it is, not calling him up. I mean, he can say, oh, it's the shoulder injury. Nah, I think he was dropped for this one. He was certainly not called up. It does kind of send a message that you're not automatic here. Like if I have guys who are in there who are playing really well, that doesn't mean we automatically put you back in when you're available. And I think that's a really useful little message to send to him.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw the Steven Gerrard interview this week, Lars, where he said they were all arrogant and idiots and should have been able to play together. And egotistical losers, I'm told, was the phrase, and I'm hoping that we've learnt from that, and that emotional intelligence that has arrived with Steven Gerrard getting older has seeped through into how the England team is picked and selected and trains. I think Gareth Southgate probably brought some of that into what he did, and I hope Thomas Tuchel can keep that going. It does seem to be a happier camp.
Yeah, my impression, being more of an outsider here, is that you did kind of get rid of that round about 19. I was about to say 1918. I mean, clearly that's not the case. 2018. Since 1918.
Quite a lot happened in 1918, actually.
Yeah. The camp's been good since then. No, but since 2018, since the Russia World Cup, it seems like those sort of internal divisions hasn't been the issue with England. And I've always defended Southgate a little bit. I think he got a little bit too much stick at the end for not winning tournaments. I think the job he did in exercising some of the demons from a couple of very underwhelming years for the English national team was a good job. But we don't need to re-legislate that. But the point is, I've never gotten the sense with the sort of the modern England squads that they had those kind of divisions anymore. Am I wrong about that?
Yeah, no, I think that sounds about right. It sounds about right. No, I think it's so fascinating, and I suppose then for if England start in the World Cup with a bench of Bellingham and Foden and Cole Palmer, then I suppose the question is, will they be happy to fulfil that role? The message to send is no one's guaranteed to start, and actually it was interesting. Harry Kane didn't start. Ollie Watkins did score, and he's a different player. Kane is so brilliant, of course, but runs less than Ollie Watkins, right? It's a different press you can have with Ollie Watkins. I would be amazed if he didn't start. He's the captain as well. But you wouldn't put it past Tuchel if he thought that. And you would put it past probably anyone else does.
Yeah, no, I think that's fair, and I think he's kind of made that point now. So if it happens, it won't be quite so much of a shock, not to the players or to the public. And I think you also have to realize getting through a World Cup is about maneuvering a series of games that you have that might require slightly different things of you. You meet different opponents that have different qualities, so it's important to have a toolbox there. I think the point about being a good tourist is important, though. You have to, there's another way you sort of leave a couple of people out just to see how they react. That's kind of an interesting data point as well. And having the balance. I mean, this is, you guys are a nation. You spent a decade trying to make the Gerrard Lampard thing work without just kind of realizing that those two guys want to do almost the same thing on the pitch and they can't quite figure it out. You have to have the right chemistry and balance, and that will inevitably mean dropping someone who a lot of people want to see in the team. There's no way around that.
Yeah. Okay, Lars, stay with us because there's been lots of football happening around Europe, and you're going to round up all of that in just a second. The Sizzler, who we're going to see later.
Oh, yeah.
He says, I was in the middle of Lidl. Isle of Lidl the other day, and Ian Woosnam was discussing a deal involving steel toe-cap work boots with Mel and Sue. See you later, Notabaladzze. Yeah, thanks. Anyway, it is Max and Charlie with you until 1, brought to you with Travis Perkins, doing what matters for the trade. Find out more at travisperkins.co.uk or download the app.
Destination Football on talkSPORT with Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Here for it. Book now at enterprise.co.uk.
Doing the news there, Charlie, about that military horse that bolted across London and has now retired. It's a dangerous precedent to set. If the other military horse is here,
they hear about
all
that,
you have to do is just bolt once, cause chaos.
All you've got to do is
around town, and you'll be retired.
They're going to call that horse Usain from now on. Usain Bolt, just in the dressing room. In the retired horses' home.
In the Vets League.
In the Vets League.
Usain, yeah, good. Lars Hiverton with Max Rushden and Charlie Baker for the next bit. Lars, this text says, I was at a Norwegian 4th Division game on Tuesday night in the Arctic Circle. I saw Lars at the game. I went to the kiosk to buy some tinned fish and bumped into Magnus Carlsen, the world's finest chess player. True story.
I don't think is that true? That can't be true.
I have been to a concert in Amsterdam where Magnus Carlsen was also present. So me and Magnus have been spotted in the same location. But I can debunk this story. I was definitely not in the northern Norway in the last week.
Fair enough.
Debunked.
We have to.
Maybe it's just a guy with a beard. There was a period where a lot of people would just send me pictures of people with beards and say, "Look, this is a great lookalike." And I was like, "No, it's just a man with a beard."
Just before we move on, can I just say, did nobody say tell Thomas Tuchel that Wembley is awful? Wembley is rubbish. It's rubbish for England games. It's never noisy ever because we're always either playing friendlies or teams that we can easily beat in qualifiers. It's rubbish. Everyone's just sitting there from about 20 minutes in worried about how they're going to get home. It's a terrible, terrible place for football matches. Kids can't see. It's awful. That's why it's quiet. Did no one tell Thomas Tuchel that?
It probably wasn't part of the day one briefing of taking over as the England manager. Do you imagine? Someone sat down, we say, yeah, we got these players and we got these sort of games. Oh, by the way, the home of football is a bit terrible. I don't think anyone had that conversation with them. I don't think it's always true, Charlie. I think you're being a little bit harsh. But I think it's also the curse of the big nation. Like the whole qualifying groups and everything are set up so that you guys don't have to play anyone good.
Yeah.
Like it's very important that you don't screw up so that you're all at the big tournaments. This is some small nation bitterness here. I'm just saying.
But Norway could be at the World Cup for the first time since Tor Andre Flo, couldn't they, Lars?
Yeah, finally, and it's great for me because that means I will no longer have to come on shows like this to explain why Norway are never qualifying for anything because I've done that answer so many times. But yeah, we were playing Israel now tomorrow, and now today is what it's called, and. Really, if we win, we only have to beat Estonia. We still have to play Italy away, but we beat Italy in the first game, and our goal difference is so good now because we beat Moldova by a lot. So we can lose by many, many goals to Italy and still be fine. So it does look like it's finally going to happen. And it means a lot to us because we're a small country, and we've gone through a period where we've had uneven generations. Currently, of course, we have the best goal scoring forward in the Premier League and one of the best playmakers in the Premier League. That's a bit of a luxury for a nation of 5 million people. It's not something I'm expecting to experience again in my lifetime, to be totally honest. But of course, it's a team sport, and I think our challenge has been, okay, we have those two guys, but who do we have around them? And I think the best comparison that can be made is that we want to be like the Wales team that went far in the Euros with Aaron Ramsey at his peak and Gareth Bale just being a force of nature. But the thing about that Wales team is that yes, having those two guys is great, but it wouldn't have worked if you didn't have like Ashley Williams in defense, if you didn't have Ben Davies at left back, if you didn't have Joe Allen rolling your socks off in midfield. This sort of stuff. You need that support cast around them, and this has been the issue for us, finding the right type. So things like Sanda Berge developing really well for Fulham means a lot to us. Things like Christopher Ayer playing centre half instead of like right back for Brentford means a lot to us. So these sort of things have to come together, and it finally looks like we have a team that really works.
Sweden lost, which is, I guess, a bit of a surprise when you look at obviously Gyökeres and Isak are playing up front. Bergvall was in midfield. They do have some really talented players, but they lost 2-0 at home to sort of Switzerland, who I imagine are all like 90 years old. The sort of classic Swiss side. Granit Xhaka with the key goal after 65 minutes.
Yeah, so listen, this has been a disaster, this qualifying campaign for Sweden. 3 games in, they've got 1 point. They've played Slovenia, Kosovo, and Switzerland, got the point against Slovenia, but they've lost to Kosovo and now lost to Switzerland. Very clear calls for the coach, Jon Dahl Tomasson, the former Denmark international forward and Blackburn coach, calls for him to resign in the Swedish press today. This group is pretty much done for them, I think, but because of performance in the Nations League, they probably will get some kind of playoff at the end of it. But the calls for now is that someone else needs to lead them because it's not working well at all. They have a bit of this issue of, yes, you can put out Isak and Gyökeres up front, and that is very good. There's a lot of countries around the world who wish they had that. But the rest of the group is, again, where we were having problems in Norway a couple of years ago, is that of finding the right sort of structure around those superstars. I think that's where they're struggling. But it's clear, losing away to Kosovo is not great. I have a good friend who went on a trip to see, because they were playing against Slovenia away and then Kosovo away. So the supporters organized like a bus trip where you can go to one and then take the bus to the other and just kind of party all the way. And it was going to be this great occasion. But then, of course, you get a draw against Slovenia and you lose to Kosovo. It did impact the vibes, I have to say. The party bus was not hopping at the end of that.
I don't know if you saw, Austria achieved the dream of winning 10-0, which is, we
really
won
went
10.
for it.
Well, it was 6-0 at half-time, so, should have been 12-0. That would have been the real dream. But 10-0, Arnautovic with 4 goals. It was San Marino at home. But, that's what you want from your international team. Win 10-0.
Yeah, I think I am pro minnows. I think it matters that they're part of it, and it's good that they're part of it. But you have games like this where you think, would pre-qualifying be the worst thing in the world? But what we've learned from the Nations League is actually having those smaller nations in a group together is actually quite good, because then they get to spend more games against teams of a comparable level. I really feel like making fun of the San Marino. I mean, it's fine. But what I want to say, the eternal...
I'm not making fun of them. I'm sort of saying, well done, Austria, because that's what we all want at all times.
Yeah, that's
go for it till the end.
Humiliate the minnows is what we want to see. No, but the eternal counter argument to this is the Faroe Islands, right? Who won? They played Montenegro and won 4-0, which is wild.
Fantastic.
So the Faroe Islands, for me, pound for pound, the most impressive team in international football. And when I say pound for pound, it's just because the population of the Faroe Islands is 54,000. There's just no one there. It's just small. You can fit them into most, if not all, almost all Premier League stadiums. They have a bit of a diaspora in Denmark they can call from, but it's just a tiny population. They've got 9 points in their group. 9. All right, okay. They've won 2 games against Gibraltar. Fair enough. But 4-0 against Montenegro is an incredible result for the Faroese. And I think this is whenever people start talking about this and that minnow, they lose all the time. They have no people. They can never be good. Faroe Islands is kind of like, no, they can. It is actually possible. And it's one of the things that, for me, kind of gives international football meaning, I'll go as far as to say.
Good stuff. Hey, Lars, thanks for coming on.
Hey, Lars, thank you so much.
Okay, guys.
You give us meaning.
You're looking fresh today as well, Lars. You've had a beard trim, you've had a haircut, you look great. Your skin looks great. Eyes are really piercing blue. Look beautiful.
For those watching
so
on...
kind of you, Charlie.
For those watching on YouTube, by the way, or the smart TV, if you want to find a Lars lookalike, go and look at what the kid from The Sixth Sense now looks like.
Oh, is this?
Haley Joel Osment, is he? Actually, I can see that, yes.
It is Lars Sivertson. Anyway, we must go. We must dash. Got things to do, Lars. Gaz says, I went to Wetherspoons the other day. You'll never guess who was there. Only Pierluigi Collina having Jaeger bombs, with French and Saunders both having a Guinness. What are the chances?
People have not taken this seriously, Max.
They're not taking it seriously, I know, but I'm quite enjoying them. Anyway, what a game this is. Perry Groves versus Danny Kelly, and how tall are they? Perry 1-0 up from the first leg. It's all to play for.
Knockout.
Dave might be able to do a bit next weekend.
I fancy him.
I put the work in, and if I'm good enough, I'm good enough, and if I'm not, I'm not. But I can be proud of myself for probably the first time in my career.
If this was made 2 to 3 years ago, I'd have said this is absolutely crackers.
Right here for Dave Allen at this stage of his career. Big right hand goes in. Fisher hurt again as he covers up body shot.
I mean, sport doesn't get bigger than this.
Man, massive.
It is the last 16, second leg of How Tall Are They? It's Perry Groves versus Danny Kelly. Perry is 1-0 up from the first leg. Let's bring on the players at home. It's Perry Groves.
Perry.
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 Perry Groves.
Groves.
Perry.
Groves.
Perry.
Groves. Perry.
Perry.
Perry. Groves.
Perry.
Perry.
Perry Groves. Welcome, Perry.
Hey, Perry.
Hello, boys. That's very apt because you are the anthem deck of the radio.
Oh, wow, really?
Stop
I don't
it.
think so.
Stop it. It's very kind of you. Do you think they've ever been paid as much as us? Is my question, Charlie.
I thought you just did it as a vocation, Max. I didn't realise that we actually got reimbursed.
It's
Charity.
my pro bono work. It's my voluntary work.
Can I just say, Max? Actually,
Yeah.
I've got to say well done to Perry Groves and a thank you, because we were discussing How Tall Are They in the week, and we did not realise that Perry was on the WhatsApp group we were discussing the heights. And he put his hands up and said, I can hear everything. He could have come on and absolutely smashed Danny Kelly out the water.
Yeah, honestly, it was like
that help, does he?
Oh, there's Danny Kelly. Let's get Danny Kelly in. Ladies and gentlemen, Danny Kelly. Danny Kelly. Danny Kelly. Hey, Danny. Welcome.
Hi, man. First of all, thank you, Perry, for being so honest.
Yes.
But also, on the other hand, you are the cause of a domestic dispute this morning.
Right.
Mrs. Kelly asked me, where are you going off to now? And I said, I'm just going to do this thing on talkSPORT. How tall are you? And she said, that sounds good. And I said, I'm up against Perry Groves. Now, as you know, Perry, Mrs. Kelly is an avid Arsenal fan. And you are, sir, her third favourite player of all time.
Wow.
And she hopes you win. She told me that.
Oh, my
God.
Enormous.
I know.
Dan, you know what it is? You're in your wife's heart, but the goon is in her blood. You can't take it away from your blood.
That's what it is.
Well, you speak of blood. I never failed to remind you, Perry, that you're more famous in some ways. Uncle Vic did play for Spurs, didn't he?
Oh.
Yeah, but then he saw the light and came over to the red side.
When we had no more use for him, yeah.
Wow.
You're some trash talk, Perry. Do you think third favourite is the highest you ever get as self?
Max, I'm not even my dad's third favourite player.
just for your information, Perry, her favourite player is Dennis Bergkamp, so you can understand. With all due respect, you might be behind that.
What a player!
Yeah, but Parlour. You're behind Parlour?
Not Thierry Henry. What, Thierry Henry?
Sorry, nobody who lives in the Republic of Ireland supports
I apologise. Yes, I do apologise. Danny, I completely forgot where you were. I can only apologise.
Hey, let's play, guys. Let's play. Okay, it's the Challenge Cup final, so it's a rugby league special. Don't worry, guys. Look at their face.
It's okay.
Don't worry, you'll get it in a second.
Still footballers.
It's still footballers.
Yeah.
Try Havertz. Perry, you're 1-0 up. Try Havertz. How tall is Kai Havertz?
Kai Havertz is 6'3".
6'3", Danny Kelly.
I'll go for 6'2".
Oh, 6'4".
Regals, Danny. Wrong way, Regals. Unbelievable.
Still 1-0 to Perry.
There we are. Meditation Dan. Great to see the return of Perry's stairs to nowhere. It is always nice to see the stairs in the background. Perry, always good. Who started? Oh, yes. So Danny Kelly. How tall is Ron Proper Harris was. Ron Harris, Ron Chopper Harris, Ron Prop Harris.
Yeah.
Yeah, all footballers from 50 years ago seem much smaller to me, so I'm going to go 5'9".
5'9", Perry Groves.
I'm going to go 5'8".
Perry
Groves. And that's enormous in the context of the game. 2-0 up on
You need
aggregate.
two,
Danny
Danny.
Kelly.
You need
All
two.
to do now.
Chuck all your big men forward, Danny.
Exactly. Mrs.
Modern
Kelly
big men,
running
not-
around.
not the- Yeah, I know. She's probably
She's running
listening
around
now.
the kitchen.
She'll be thrilled. If she comes out of Perry Grove stairs to nowhere.
Then we'll know.
Look, I know you're pressed for time. Very quickly, one day I
Yes.
was working with Perry at talkSPORT. She said, "Will you get me Perry's autograph?" And I said, "Sure, I will." And the only thing I had with me on the day was a hardback book of The Best of the Eagle, you know, the 1960s boys comic. So I've got a book of The Best of the Eagle signed by Perry Groves.
Wow, that's
Really good.
so good.
Really good. I can, if we're on those anecdotes, I have told this before, Danny, but you'll like this. My dad, when Cambridge played Crystal Palace in the quarter-final 1990, he didn't have a ticket, so he rang the club and they said, "Oh yeah, we'll find you one." And he was in the press box next to Trevor Brooking. He always took a book because games are boring, and he was reading Plato's Republic. So I have a copy of Plato's Republic signed by Sir Trevor Brooking.
Perry will remind you. Never mind about the game. Perry, I'm hoping to get the game abandoned now. This is
Hounsbury going on.
We were doing a run at the time with Perry, back in the old talkSPORT building, and he used to park his car. It was an old Jag outside.
Oh, yeah.
He bought it off his mate, who was a car dealer. The driver's side door didn't open. He has to get in the window like the Dukes of Hazzard.
Oh, lovely.
You remember,
Like
Perry?
Penfold.
Lovely.
You ain't to see Burkamp doing that, Dan.
Can we get on with the
Perry
quiz?
Groves.
Get on with the
Perry
quiz.
Groves. How tall is David Ellery Hanley? David Ellery. How tall is David Ellery? He might have referenced.
Yeah, he might have booked you.
Yeah, the headmaster. I'm going to say that he is 5'10".
5'10", Danny Kelly.
I would have gone for the same. He's a long streak, isn't he? So I'll go 5'11".
Perry Groves. He's won the game.
No, but we have to say.
On the back of being told that he knows the question in advance. Yeah.
No.
For the tape, Perry, your honesty. You know the honesty for putting your hands up in the WhatsApp group. We couldn't actually find the height of David Ellery, so we got it by looking at a photo of him standing next to Roy Keane, and we reckoned he was about an inch shorter. Are you happy with that, Perry, or do you want to give Danny Kelly a chance and say it's still just 2-0 aggregate?
Your reference point should have been when he was looking up to Tony Adams at the famous Millwall game, when Tony Adams chased him round. He was like the wild man of Borneo, when he wouldn't leave him alone. Honestly, Google it. It's amazing.
Yeah. The mic'd up game.
Okay,
So we're going to say
Danny,
still 2-0. Still 2-0 to Perry. We're not
okay.
giving you that one.
Why not?
So it's
Because we guessed the height. Right.
guessed his height. We guessed his height.
Danny Kelly, how tall is Alvin Martin Afire? Alvin Martin Afire.
Oh, this is absolutely ridiculous.
Alvin
I worked
Martin.
for literally years with Alvin.
But always sat down. down.
No, and I as recently as this week on a new thing called Track Record, I wrote about Alvin's body and how if you slapped him on the shoulder, it was like belting a JCB,
Wow.
even though he's 60 years of age. Look, I'm going to say, sorry, Alvin, in advance, 6'1".
6'1". Perry
No,
Groves.
I'm going Alvin 6'2".
Oh my goodness, 2-1 on aggregate. There's going to be so much controversy.
It's unbelievable.
If Danny Kelly gets this and it's 2-2,
Oh.
Perry Groves,
You know what?
ombudsman.
Alvin must have curve to the spine then as he gets older.
Okay.
Here we go. To be sure, Perry, to be certain of it,
be certain.
how tall is Trevor Challenge Cup Final Obar? Trevor Challenge Cup Final Obar. Trevor Chalobah. How
Trevor
tall,
Chalobah.
please, Perry?
Trevor Chalobah, I was not going to try and do it, but I thought, no, I ain't doing that. I ain't put my teeth in this morning. I'm going for 6'3".
6'3", Danny Kelly.
All modern footballers are giants, so I'll go 6'4".
It's 2-2.
Is something quite atrocious. If you say it loud enough, you'll
Okay.
always sound precocious.
So look, we're going to be late for the news. Here we go. So it's tiebreaker.
Perry
The
must be
tiebreaker-
furious about this.
Perry
He feels
must be
like
furious.
he's won it.
He may demand a rematch, but look, we'll see.
You know what? I never ever thought I would be as much in love with David Ellery what I is now. It's just amazing how it can change.
Here we go. It's a tiebreaker, right?
Tiebreak.
So, Perry, what hand is my pen in, please, Perry?
The pen is in your right hand.
It is in my left hand. So, Danny, you can choose to go first or second. The way it works, it's the same, Danny. It's the same player, and we just go height until someone gets it exactly right.
Yeah.
Do you want to go first or second, Danny?
Oh, I'll go first.
Yeah, first is sensible.
Okay.
Okay. How tall, this to get through amid huge controversy,
I mean,
is the state of origin Leighton? How tall is the state of origin Leighton? Jim Leighton, Danny, give me a height, please. And we go
6 foot.
until someone...
6 foot.
6 foot. Perry.
5'11".
Danny.
6'1".
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
He threw! Danny Kelly is through in the most controversial of circumstances. He was 2 down with 2 games to go, with 2 heights to go, and Danny Kelly has won. Here we go.
He's got his first flag out. He's got it.
This won't be the end of this. Anyway, we must
I can hear
break.
is Mrs. Kelly crying.
Yeah, no lunch for me.
And David Ellery. I've been done.
You've been done. Okay. We will get reaction to that in just a moment. Perry, Danny, thank you. The
It's
news
an
is
outrage.
next.
It is an outrage. I couldn't agree more.
What football ground are you thinking of when someone says this?
Really tough place to go. Difficult place to go. Such a tough place to go.
It's a tough place to go at the moment.
It was a really difficult place to go, always.
But what are the toughest places to go, really? We've scoured the planet to find out. Forget a cold, wet Tuesday night in Stoke. Try playing in a blizzard 220 miles inside the Arctic Circle at the world's northernmost professional club. When Chelsea lost at Tromsø in Norway in the 97-98 Cup Winners' Cup, a massive snowstorm hit at half-time. These two boys and their brooms were absolutely no match for it. We're staying in Scandinavia for Scotland's toughest away day on a windswept cliff in the Faroe Islands. In Euro 2000 qualifying, Craig Brown's men were taken to fishing village Toftir. Kevin Gallagher called the pitch a cowfield and the wind like Pittodrie on a bad day. The Faroe Islands part-timers equalised in stoppage time, leading to these absolute scenes, and still one of Scotland's most embarrassing results.
Daft little ground, silly game.
But away trips don't come any tougher than a lung-busting schlep up the Andes to face Bolivia in La Paz. But now the Bolivians have taken home advantage to another level. The country's highest city, El Alto, 4,100 metres above sea level. Grass doesn't even grow up here. Bolivia have not lost here yet. The longest unbeaten run in any professional league ever belongs to Red Star Belgrade, or Crvena Zvezda if you must. They've gone 7 years without defeat at the Rajko Mitic in Serbia's Superliga. Their fans are pretty intimidating as well, but they're not as loud as this mob. Galatasaray's Ali Sami Yen Stadium's officially the loudest in world football. In a derby with Fenerbahce, Galatasaray fans set a Guinness World Record of 131 decibels. That's louder than Motorhead, and pretty tough to carry out your manager's instructions when you can't even hear them. However, our most intimidating away day is in Wales, where cameras can't enter and players can't leave. HMP Prescoed. This prison team was briefly kicked out the Gwent League over concerns about young opposition having to go in there. Now that's a tough place to go.
Early June 1939, Germany, always a tough place to go to.
Still a lot of fallout from How Tall Are They there. Matt says the game should be called How Tall Are People We Think We Can Get a Pun Out Of When Stood Next to Other People as we don't know their actual height. Perry's honesty thrown back in his face, says Paul. That's true. That is true. Maybe there should be a rematch. Even Sepp Blatter would be embarrassed by the level of corruption. Fix, says Glenn in Surrey.
We can try and find out how tall David Ellery is. That could be the first thing, and then we could obviously if Perry's right, he goes through. Yeah. Or we could do a replay, and I love speaking to Danny Kelly and Perry Grove. So
that is heading towards a Perry. If we kept bringing it into disrepute, so it was replay after replay, we did it for 5 years, I'd still be happy. Anyway, David, if you're listening, get in touch and tell us how tall you are. Right, let's talk about the Super League Grand Final then. Hull KR versus Wigan Warriors, 6 o'clock. talkSPORT. Adam Hills, president of the Rugby Football League, comedian, host of The Last Leg, host of Spicks and Specks over here as well. He joins us. Adam, how are you?
Hello, Adam.
I'm well. How are you?
Yeah, really good. I've never been on a flight from Melbourne to London that you're not on, Adam, is what I say. You're always there.
Just waiting for you at the airport.
Exactly. So look, I'd say most of our audience is football, right, Adam? So there'll be 10% who know every single thing, and however detailed we'll get saying that's not enough detail. The rest of the audience probably aren't massively into rugby league. So, tell us first of all, why you love it and how you became the president.
Well, I mean, I grew up in Sydney. When I was 3 days old, my dad brought a red and green toy South Sydney Rabbitohs rabbit into the hospital for me. So in Sydney, rugby league is the winter sport of choice. So I played when I was a kid. I rediscovered it about 8 years ago when I realised there was disability rugby league. And then I started playing for Warrington Wolves. I ended up playing for Australia at the Rugby League World Cup in the disability team a couple of years ago. So I guess off the back of that, and then I hosted Channel 4's coverage. So I guess off the back of that, the Rugby League thought I'd be the perfect cheerleader.
Right, and do you have to do anything? I mean, not all presidents are great currently, but are you a good one? What do you have to do?
I'm going to send in the armed troops to any city that I don't think respects rugby league quite the way.
Send it into Bath. It goes into Bath and Exeter straight away. Yeah.
It's a mainly ceremonial role, but really I am a cheerleader for the sport. I do love it. And as you say, the grand final today is going to be a cracker.
We've had, on the Thursday show I do with Paul Hawksby, we've had many guests on this year, well, a weekly rugby league guest, and the passion for the sport in the players is so high. They absolutely love playing rugby league. This season, Wigan Warriors Hull KR today. Super League grand final. Hull KR have won everything this season, haven't they? But Wigan Warriors have won the last two grand finals, so it's a great setup.
Well, and also Wigan Warriors won everything last season. They won the World Club Challenge against the Penrith Panthers, who are the best team in the NRL in Australia. Then they won League Leaders Shield. Then they won Challenge Cup. Then they won the grand final. And so then this year, Hull KR, League Leaders Shield and Challenge Cup.
Yeah.
So it might be a passing of the baton from one dynasty to another. And I think even people who are listening who don't necessarily follow rugby league, they know the history of Wigan. They know those traditional Wigan Warriors of the kind of 80s and 90s, your Martin Afire, Ellery Hanley. So I think this could be quite a big moment for rugby league. I know Hull KR have had a lot of investment in them over the last few years, and the team has completely changed. So yeah, this may be I think either way, this will be a historic moment for rugby league. It's either a passing of the baton or it'll be, Wigan Warriors going four premierships back to back.
It's interesting you talk about, the 80s and 90s, when it was free to air. As someone who wasn't handed a rugby league shirt, in fact, my dad told me he didn't want me to play rugby because he just didn't want me to get injured, and he loved football so much. But it was on grandstand every week, so you did see Afire and Hanley and Wigan v Widnes and all that. And I suppose, because I was talking about athletics the other day, because there is so much football now, the fight for airtime is difficult for any sport in the UK that isn't football.
Yes, absolutely. And we had 2 years there where we had rugby league on Channel 4, and I think we purposely tried to bring it to a whole new group of people who hadn't seen it before. And even after the first match, I had a whole bunch of mates call me up and go, "Oh my God, is that what rugby league is? That's amazing." Yeah. So I kind of feel like most people who watch it for the first time are converted almost instantly.
And when people see it, they absolutely love it. I did a House of Games, Adam, which I'm sure you've done. Max, I'm sure you would do if you lived in the country. They scraped the barrel and got down to me eventually. I was on with Martin Afire, and he said he wasn't having the best time, I will say. And he said, not many rugby league questions, are there? And I did say, with the greatest of respect, Martin, if there was a rugby league question, the answer would probably be Martin Afire. So it is sort of in that ballpark. But you'll be there today, will you, Adam? You'll be there as a present. Do you hand over the trophy? What is your job?
I don't think I do today. I handed over the Challenge Cup trophy. No. I'm there as a presidential observer today.
Amazing.
But I have to say, you mentioned that passion for rugby league that rugby league players have, and I think there's a couple of reasons for that. One, it is a slightly regional sport, but there's such an amazing community vibe behind the sport. Already this year I've visited clubs in Swinton, in Batley, in Keighley. Yeah. And all of them are doing their own little thing in the community. Swinton, they were really putting a lot of focus on the women's team. Batley had their first ever wheelchair team. Keighley are promoting LGBT pride. And then off the back of all of that, I was put in touch with the president of the Ukrainian Rugby League.
Yeah, right.
So I had a FaceTime with this guy in Ukraine who could only FaceTime me on a Sunday because he's in the army, and that's the only day that the commanding officer has a day off and he's allowed to use the phone.
Goodness me.
That's amazing.
And we spent an hour in this amazing conversation where at one point he said, I love rugby league. I love burgers. And I was like, I mean, who doesn't love burgers, right? He said, no, burgers. I love burgers. And I'm like, well, I mean, most places have hot dogs, but yeah. And he went, no, at Warrington, Sam Burgess.
Sam Burgess. Lovely, yeah. Oh, great, yeah.
And then off the back of that, I then said, well, what do you need? And contacted the RFL, and we sent out some balls and some tackle bags and some training kit. And then the Keighley Club got in contact and have made their national Ukraine kit. And then today, I think for the first time ever, the grand final will be broadcast in Ukraine live so that people can watch it. So there is a community. There is a real community of rugby league lovers, and we're very passionate.
Yeah, brilliant.
Who are the superstars on the show today? You know, so that people like me stop talking about Ellery Hanley and Martin Offiah.
Well, from Wigan, look, Bevan French and Jay Field. Are the two playmakers, and they are sensational, and they're kind of like magicians with the balls in their hand. But also the culture behind everything that goes into that Wigan club. It's not just give it to those two blokes and hope to the best. They've done all their research. They know what they're up against, and they know any weaknesses in the Hull KR defence. On the other side, Jared Warrior-Hargraves is an absolute man monster in the forwards for Hull KR. But Mikey Lewis again, it's magician against magician. It's who's going to pull out the best magic trick today. So, those are the names that, and Mikey Lewis in particular, you'll be seeing him, I'm assuming, in the England team later this year when they play Australia in the Ashes.
I was going to say the Ashes is back. It takes place in a few weeks' time. I think it's a three game series. That's going to be. I mean, you must be hugely involved in that, Adam. That's all your middle of your Venn diagram, isn't it?
I'm right in the middle. I mean, I genuinely don't know who to support because it would be great for rugby league to see the England team, beat Australia. I think that would just raise the stakes on a worldwide scale. And like I said, Mikey Lewis, keep an eye out for him. Yes, I'm just going to keep saying I want rugby league to be the winner.
So you're not going to give us a prediction?
No way.
I mean, do you know what I'd like to see? And this is a genuine thing. England always go, and even in the cricket as well, England always go up against Australia going, well, they're the best team in the world. We've just got to give it a shot and see how we go. Stop saying they're the best team in the world. This is the match that decides who's the best team in the world.
Yeah, sure.
Go in there. You don't even have to go in there with confidence, but don't go in there talking yourself down. This is one thing that Australians are great at. We're happy to just go in with positive energy. So I'd love to see the England team go in with positive energy and go, right, let's give them a good hard crack.
Yeah. Have you been to the north of England, though, Adam? They're not going to big themselves up. They're not going to. If you say I'm good at that, they're going to. Who's this?
Who's winning today? Who's winning this evening, Adam? Do you think?
Oh, I mean, listen, I'm not going to make a pick because I've learnt the best way to be disrespected as the president of an organisation is to get something wrong.
He doesn't know anything.
But I think it will come down to those magicians, the Mikey Lewis, the Bevan French and the Jay Field.
Yeah.
Oh, great stuff. Did you want to plug anything, Adam?
Oh, you've got something in the Park Theatre, haven't you, with Mike McCartney? That sounds a great night out.
Yes, October the 19th, I'm doing a fundraiser for the Park Theatre in Finsbury Park. I'm hosting an in conversation with a man by the name of Mike McCartney. So some people will know him from The Scaffold, who sang Lily and Thank You Very Much, had #1 comedy albums. Some people will know him as a photographer, and some people will know him as... So the interesting thing about Mike McCartney is he was given a camera at the same age that his brother Paul McCartney was given a guitar.
Yeah.
Right.
So while Paul started this little band with a few of his mates, Mike started taking photos of them, and it's got this amazing chronicle of his rise through the scaffold and having Queen Mum singing his songs, but also his brother's rise through the Beatles. So he's going to be taking us through his photos and his life stories.
Great.
Amazing. Sounds great at the Park Theatre. Thanks, Adam, for coming on.
Thanks,
Appreciate
Adam.
your time, pal.
Cheers.
Thanks
for talking about rugby league.
Good stuff.
No worries. Adam Hill's there. And it's tonight, 6 o'clock on talkSPORT, the grand final, Hull KR versus Wigan. You are listening to the warm-up on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. For the latest big trade deals, head to travisperkins.co.uk or download the app.
I think Dave might be able to do a bit next weekend.
I fancy him.
I put the work in, and if I'm good enough, I'm good enough, and if I'm not, I'm not. But I can be proud of myself for probably the first time in my career.
If this was made 2 to 3 years ago, I'd have said this is absolutely crackers.
Right here for Dave Allen at this stage of his career. Big right hand goes in. Fisher hurt again as he covers up body shot.
Good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
It's like I just picked up the phone. Morning, Cambridge 60307. It is Max Rushden and Charlie Baker with you until 1 this afternoon. International break, but there is still proper football, League One and League Two.
Yes.
Dan Fudge is host of the EFL Fan Network on talkSPORT. Also a big Sheffield Wednesday fan as well. Hey, Dan, how are you?
Morning, chaps. You all right?
Yeah, very good.
Yeah,
thanks, Dan.
good.
Very
I mean, should we
good
start
indeed.
with Sheffield Wednesday because I sort of check every few weeks what the hell's happening there, and I haven't checked this week. So what the hell's happening there?
If you had notifications on your phone, it'd be one of them. You know, you look away from it for an hour and then you go, oh, my Lord, what happened there? That's kind of your Sheffield Wednesday notifications. Recently, we've had another delay in payment for the players and the non-playing staff, unfortunately. That's the 5th time now in 7 months. And but this week specifically, we've had the new independent football regulator, the highly anticipated independent football regulator that the Sheffield Wednesday fans, a lot of us are pinning our hat on to try and sort this out and try and do something about it because we're already there. It's like being part of a breakup where someone's a bit further down the process than the other person. It seems like a bit of a surprise, you know what I mean? So we've got David Cogan there who's come in. He's gone on the offensive with the press and. a lot of the Wednesday fans are a little bit annoyed about it because it's very much we wanted fire and brimstone, and this is what we're going to do, and this is we're going to set the world on fire. But what we got was a lot of we'll be working with the owners, and we'll be working alongside to try and find an amicable solution. And then if that happens, then we might have to force them to sell. We wanted that step one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's kind
But,
of.
I guess it might, from their point of view, playing devil's advocate, that might be the right way to go about it. I don't know.
Oh, 100% is the correct way to go. but you know, we're all too angry to listen to any pragmatism right now. So that's kind of where we are. So we're pinning our hat on it. But I think a lot of Sheffield Wednesday fans have kind of realised that this is going to be a lengthier process than what we anticipated.
Stockport v Blackpool is live on talkSPORT this afternoon, and Stockport got off to a pretty good start, actually. I mean, Stockport, their story has sort of gone alongside the Wrexham story in many ways, coming out of the National League together, and they've got a load of backing. I don't know if people know that, but they're sort of doing it in a slower way, but building well altogether. Blackpool have not got off to a good start, and of course we saw the back of Steve Bruce last week.
Yeah, so Stockport and I think it was Notts County as well kind of got some cash injection, didn't they, around the similar time that Wrexham did. But Wrexham obviously being the poster boys of that process. But I tell you what, Stockport are looking like they're going to give Blackpool a bit of a lesson today. They've lost Steve Bruce. The dressing room's in a little bit of disarray, and I don't see Blackpool coming back soon. You know, it's been heavily touted that Matt Bloomfield might go to Blackpool. And with Blackpool playing at Bloomfield Road, that would be something nice. But that'd be the only fun thing going on at Blackpool right now.
Yeah, he did well at Wickham, didn't he, Matt Bloomfield? Was that where he did incredibly well? Am I getting that wrong? Yeah. What else? You've picked up Burton Bolton. Burton, who have circled the drain in League One for years and years, but managed to, always managed to, and, did it at our expense last year, just to sneak out of it. Because Cambridge are in League Two, I haven't really focused on what's happening in League One, Dad. So how are Bolton getting on?
Bolton are on. They've won some wonderful players. So they've got Mason Burstow, who's the top scorer in the league with 7, and he's flanked by this wonder kid called Mario Cozier-Dubry. Now, it's a bit of a mouthful, but I tell you what, he's been an absolute megastar for Bolton Wanderers, and I feel like you're right, Max, about when it comes to talking about Burton. They've been circling the drain for about a decade now, haven't they?
Yeah.
How long have they been? How long have they been in and around and fighting to stay up on the last day and things like that? So Bolton in 8th, Burton in 21st. I think it's going to be a tough season for Burton, and I think this game is going to pile some misery on them, I'm afraid.
Yeah, actually, what happened with what I found as a Cambridge fan, and we were in League One for 3 or 4 years, is every year you'd look at the table and go, "Oh man, there aren't that many. There aren't that many like us." It's
a ceiling for some clubs, League One, isn't it? It's. I know Torquay got there once, and it was like, I don't think we can get much beyond this. This feels like the height of where we can get. So for some teams, like that's almost the pinnacle.
Yeah, League One can be an absolute clash of cultures, like you say, because Sheffield Wednesday were in there a couple of years ago, and we've had teams like Reading and. Bolton are a bit big enough side as well.
Southampton were down there, Ipswich were down there as well. Yeah,
absolutely. Fighting against teams like Cheltenham and like you say, Torquay, and you're thinking, wow, this is an absolute clash of cultures, because you've got Torquay up in League One, for example, like you were saying, Charlie, and. This is their ceiling. This is the best it can be, and then you've got these other teams with these massive Premier League stadiums just going, I can't believe we're here, and it can throw up some really tasty results. It's fascinating, League One on its day.
League Two, full programme in League Two, including of course. Cambridge away at Shrewsbury, big game of the day. You picked out a few. Walsall, who had that amazing and in the end terrible season last year. They were top for so long, but going well again away at Crawley. Wimbledon, Port Vale, Northampton, Rotherham.
Yeah, Sadler's done a great job.
Sorry, I've just relegated Northampton and Rotherham there by putting them in League Two. Crack on, Dan.
So Walsall back at the top of the league after going country file, straight out of the traps last season, and then falling away in the final third of the season, and then putting in one of the most dour Wembley performances I've ever seen at Wembley to Wimbledon. But to dig deep and do what they're doing and be back at the top of the league, I find really impressive from Walsall. The Crawley that they're playing are struggling this season. They'll be looking over their shoulder at Cheltenham, who've just gone through a managerial change, and they're on a terrible start to the season. And they've recently picked up some points. So 4 losses on the bounce where they've conceded double figures. It's going to be a tough ask for the Red Devils today. But you want me to go into Rotherham?
Yeah, why not? Go for it. The New York Stadium.
So Matt Hamshaw is the manager at Rotherham, and I feel like he's been dealt a bit of a rough hand. Steve Evans was there prior, a friend of the chairman, got him back in, and what they did was getting a load of aging players down at the Millers, and Matt Hamshaw sat there thinking, what can I do with this? All my team's 36, 37, and I feel like they're in trouble, and it's difficult to watch Rotherham struggle. Those are a team I grew up around as well, being in South Yorkshire as a kid, and I find it tough to watch because they look like they were going to do something. They look like they were going to turn up with the big boys in the Championship, but to be sat around at 22nd in League One is a tough ask for Rotherham. And then if you look at the other side, you've got Northampton, 4-game unbeaten run. It's going to be tough for the Millers today.
Grimsby at home to Colchester. Just quickly, Grimsby got off to a great start, scoring loads of goals, aren't they?
I absolutely love Grimsby Town. I don't know why. After they got a lot of fans after they beat Manchester United, and we chaps are a similar age where Manchester United essentially ruined our childhood, so we all found that really funny. But I kind of like the look of Grimsby this year. I think they're going to be something impressive. They've got an impressive young striker in there, an impressive young team, and I think when we look back at that game against Manchester United, they didn't just sit there and hope to try and eke one out. They went at them, and I absolutely loved it. And I think Blundell Park's going to be a difficult place to go this season.
Good stuff, Dan. Thanks for coming on, pal.
Cheers, Dan.
My pleasure.
Dan Fudge there, host of the EFL Fan Network on talkSPORT. Now, you might have seen the headlines from that interview with Anthony Taylor highlighting the abuse that he's been subjected to at the elite level. There's been an increase in physical and verbal abuse towards officials, impacting grassroots football, refs quitting the game, fixtures going unplayed. If you have any involvement with grassroots football, we'd like to hear from you in the talkSPORT's dugout and get your views on the referee situation at your local amateur team, your kids' local football club. If you head out to the dugout on the talkSPORT app or via the website on talksport.com/dugout to sign up and join the discussion. Talksport.com/dugout. Listen to our special show on kickoff from Wednesday at 7 o'clock, where we're going to delve deeper into the refereeing situation at grassroots football. It's something important that we are doing.
Yeah, good.
Go to that. If you have any experiences from grassroots football, we'd love to hear from you. If you're a young ref or if you're a ref at any level, we'd love to hear from you. This is the warm-up on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. For the latest big trade deals, head to travisperkins.co.uk or download the app.
throws the ball to the end zone. Cortland goes up, makes the catch. Touchdown, Denver.
Fires one deep right side for Garrett Wilson. He's got it inside the right pylon.
Wings one, end zone. Caught. Devontae Adams. Touchdown, LA.
This is going to be Brian Thomas Jr. to the 5. Brian Thomas Jr. into the end zone.
Caught. Touchdown.
Are you kidding me with that catch?
Justin Jefferson. Give to Judkins. Pushing. Touchdown. Quinshon Judkins.
Special for everybody to get to come to the United Kingdom and see hopefully a very competitive football game.
Tell you what, Will Gavin's commentary of, I think, the Vikings winning late on against the Browns last week was brilliant.
He's great at that,
actually.
yeah, he was great at that.
NFL is back in London. talkSPORT 2 will bring you exclusive live commentary of the Denver Broncos and the New York Jets at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. You'll be able to see the team if you head to our talkSPORT USA YouTube channel. They'll be hosting a live watch-along from the stadium. Denver Broncos versus the New York Jets over on talkSPORT 2 tomorrow afternoon from 2 p.m.
Yeah.
You can listen to talkSPORT 2 on
Touchdown.
DAB via the app, or simply ask your smart speaker to play talkSPORT 2, and they're Charlie an expert there by saying touchdown.
Gridiron.
I didn't notice that I was
Gridiron.
faded up during the news.
Yes.
I didn't know that, and Stockholm syndrome sets in. So I think of all the things I could have been doing, I just was singing an advert.
Could have been a lot worse.
What was I singing?
I think you were going bum, ba, da, 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 da. It was like Bing Crosby turned up, or
such a simple human being.
David Johnson says, WTF, LOL, news interruption. Only thing missing was hi Bert. Hi Bert. Have we got it? Have we got it clipped at all? Can we hear it? Can we hear it back or? Not just yet. We can't hear it. No, can't hear it. Just checking it. Putting it through.
That's how my brain works. When I'm not on air, I'm just going.
It would have only been better if you got your clarinet out.
Oh God! A sad way to reflect on.
Wow.
The inner workings of my consciousness.
Exactly. Yeah.
Anyway, time now to look at the latest odds out of today's action with William Hill.
In the Zone on talkSPORT. Brought to you by Final One Standing. New from William Hill. 18 plus gambleaware.org. Terms and conditions apply.
Sam Norris joins us. Hey, Sam.
Hey, Sam.
Hi, guys. You are?
Yeah, very good. Thank you. Yeah, quite loud.
So slightly loud.
There
Sit away from whatever you're talking into, Sam. Where do you want to start today?
We better kick off with Final One Standing, even though we've obviously got an international break in the Premier League and we're still another week away from it returning. We're already starting to think about getting those picks in for the reloaded jackpot game, which is going to be worth 200 grand next week, and it's available to all players. So if you're already in a league, if you're still going well, maybe you're still in the 500k league from the start of the season, you can still play in the 200 grand league. It means we've got more than £1 million available for Final One Standing. We're seeing Manchester City as the most popular team at this early stage to beat Everton. Sunderland are the big pick in the 500k league, but obviously a lot of those players are kind of running out of teams to use now. They've been battling it out since the start of the season. But a 3 p.m. deadline for next week, which does mean you can't play Chelsea against Forest in the early game. They might have been popular otherwise, but another chance to play for a big jackpot. And as we say, available to all with Final One Standing here at William Hill.
Good stuff.
I was just looking at the fixtures for next week. Hadn't got my head round who's playing who and who you possibly could pick. Yeah, some tricky ones there. It's tricky. And also when you say if you're running out of teams, I don't know how many weeks in are the ones getting to the end. They're sort of 8-9 weeks in now. So now you really are scrabbling.
It's a good game. It's a really good game.
Yeah, I think we kind of conservatively weighed it up pre-season. We thought it might take 12 or 13 weeks for the 500k jackpot league to conclude, and we're getting into, as you say, 8 or 9 weeks in now. So getting toward that stage where, players are scrambling around for a pick. I'm a Wolves fan, so I hope everyone on Sunderland is going to get beat next week. But they are a popular pick in the 500k league.
I watched Luke Litzler in the World Match Play Darts last night. It was an incredible comeback from him. They have to start with a double, which I didn't really realise, but it's more like pub darts because they miss they miss loads of doubles, and you feel like, it's a real leveler. Anyway, what odds you got on that for us?
Yeah, it's nice to see they're human. These guys, only for brief spells anyway. It looks as though we're going to be on for another Luke on Luke final. Littler and Humphreys on another collision course to contest a PDC major final, albeit Littler did have to survive 4 or 5 match darts from Geraint Price yesterday. He's 2-7 to beat Johnny Clayton in the semi-finals tonight, who's 13-5. Humphreys is 130 on to beat Danny Noppert at 5-2. Littler's our odds-on favourite to win the Grand Prix at 4-6, with Humphreys 9-4. The value could be in playing Humphreys. I think he's got a slightly easier semi-final tonight. We saw a couple of little chinks in the armoury of Luke Littler yesterday, and it'll be interesting to see how they price the final if we do get Luke versus Luke again. But I think Humphreys could be a smidge of value at 9-4. I think Clayton will give Littler a game this evening.
In the World Cup qualifiers at the Republic of Ireland, they are almost out of it. They go to Portugal. Yeah, it is not easy. I don't give them a lot of hope. Do you?
No, as layers, we don't give them much of a chance at all. As you say, qualification's already looking a bit beyond them. They've now got to play Portugal away, which is obviously the toughest game in the group. 1-7 Portugal tonight. Wow. The Republic of Ireland are 14-1. The draw is 6-1. Obviously, it's been a poor qualifying campaign thus far from an Irish perspective. Portugal, though, won both their games, scoring 8 goals along the way. This is a Bet Builder winnings boost match as well, so you get a 25% boost tagged on to any Bet Builders. No surprise to see Cristiano Ronaldo is incredibly popular in that regard. He scored in both qualifying games so far. He's been a little bit outshone for Al Nassr this year by João Felix, who is maybe having a little bit of a renaissance now that he's gone to the Saudi Pro League. 8 goals he scored domestically this season. He was on the mark in the last international break as well, and it wouldn't be beyond the pale for multiple Portugal goal scorers to go into your bets tonight. So Portugal -2, Ronaldo and Felix both to score is 14-1 before the boost, and you get impact sub as well. It could, unfortunately, from an Irish point of view, get ugly and get out of hand, I think.
Good stuff, Sam. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Now, that was latest odds brought to you by Final One Standing, new from William Hill. Terms and conditions apply. 18+, gambleaware.org.
In the Zone on talkSPORT. Brought to you by Final One Standing, new from William Hill. 18+, gambleaware.org. Terms and conditions apply.
think Dave might be able to do a bit next weekend.
I fancy him.
I put the work in, and if I'm good enough, I'm good enough, and if I'm not, I'm not. But I can be proud of myself for probably the first time in my career.
If this was made 2 to 3 years ago, I'd have said this is absolutely crackers.
Right here for Dave Allen at this stage of his career. Big right hand goes in. Fisher hurt again as he covers up body shot.
Very exciting, actually. Very exciting.
Got a new quiz, and it is called Jolly Hockey Sticks.
Yes.
Does it have a theme tune? Got a theme tune? Is
I think
anyone
we've got a theme tune. Let's hear the theme tune.
Here we go. Let's play Jolly Hockey Sticks.
Happy as can be, all good pals and jolly good company, strolling round the town.
Like it, Max?
Happy atmosphere.
Yeah, really like it. Like it. Okay.
Alma
so
Cogan.
Three competitors.
Jolly
It's
good
me,
company.
You, and the Sizzler joins us. Hey, the Sizzler.
The Sizzler.
Good morning.
Morning. Now, look, we were going to take you to the Henry Schofield Arena to play How Much, but it requires a lot of production and no one had done that in the week. So we're going to try Jolly Hockey Sticks instead. And the way the game works is producer Andrew Jolly. talkSPORT is for all sports, isn't that right,
All
Charlie?
sports. It's not talk football, Max.
It's not talk football, but we do quite often find ourselves just talking about football. So this is a way to celebrate all sports.
All
okay,
sports.
the Sizzler?
Like Grandstand. Like Grandstand.
Yeah, it is like Grandstand. Do you like all the sports, Sizzler?
Yes, all the sports.
Great. Great, all the sports.
Sizzling this morning. Listen to him. Like a sausage in a pan.
I wrote down the extra times for the international.
Oh no, Gary! Do you know what? We got pied by Gary Ginger.
Gary Ginger.
He wasn't. You believe that?
You have
That
to.
is how deep we've sunk. Anyway, so producer Andrew Jolly will draw out a sport.
Yes.
And then it just goes round three. You just have to name someone who plays that sport. But they could be niche. We could get bobsleigh.
We're going to look idiots here.
We are going to look idiots, but that's part of the fun. And we just keep going round. And then once you drop out, you've got to be honest here. You say, I'm out. And then it's just a final between the two. And that person gets a point. And I reckon we'll get 2 or 3 rounds in before the end. And we can decide if it's a good quiz or not a good quiz. Charlie, do you understand how it works?
I think I understand how it works. I'm not feeling confident because often when asked just the name of footballer, I go, Rodney Jack. Rodney Jack.
Do you understand the rules, Sizzler?
Yeah, I think it's fair to say we are going to look like idiots.
Okay,
that's fine. That's fine. I think. Is there like some little music underneath?
Yeah.
To give it the air. Oh, okay, good.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I like that. Okay, so Andrew Jolly is here. Welcome, producer Andrew Jolly. Thank you for using your name for Jolly Hockey Sticks.
Well, it's got to be used for something, hasn't it?
There we are. Yeah,
it has got to be used for something. Yeah, of course.
Few people wondering why you got the date wrong on the Go Get It. But,
so many running orders.
A lot of running orders.
So many running orders. So little time. Anyway, right, we always have to start with hockey, don't we? So the order, by the way, is tallest to shortest. How tall are you, Sizzler?
Ooh, should know that.
5'7".
5'7". Okay, so it's
I'm
me,
in the middle.
then Charlie,
Yes.
then the Sizzler. And we always begin with hockey. And then once we get this out of the way, producer Andrew Jolly, you put all the sports in a bag.
All the sports.
So here we go. I start. Jane Sixsmith. Charlie.
Maddie Hinch.
Sizzler.
I'm out.
Okay. Oh no. Then Max, I know who Max is going to say.
Sean Curley. Sean Curley.
I can't name anyone else.
There we
Any other hockey players? Field hockey, of course, not ice hockey.
Yeah, field hockey.
That's all I've got. I'm out. Well done, Max.
1-0 to me.
1-0.
Okay, so let's delve into producer Andrew Jolly's bag.
Right, from the cup.
Round 2
from the
Jolly
cup.
Hockey Sticks from the cup.
I've got handball.
Oh God,
well, it's pointless. Handball.
I'm out.
I'll tell you what.
Okay.
Thierry Henry.
Oh, good. No, okay. I'm out, but that's fine. It's how it works.
Sizzler. Anything, Sizzler?
I'm out.
He's out.
I'm out.
Nothing
Okay.
from handball. A bad
so
round.
still
A bad
1-0 to
round.
me. Okay, here we go again.
It's all the sports.
It's worth learning one handball player, though, isn't it, for next time out?
Yeah.
Well, if you thought that was bad, canoeing.
canoeing.
Oh, God. Oh, hang on. Think of the Olympics. You've seen those people canoeing upstream.
And we'll have been shouting at them, going, "Go on, get round the poles." This is the problem with this is the problem with the game.
Thought this through.
Sizzler,
you got any canoeists?
No.
No.
Okay, fine. Still 1-0 to me. Let's keep going.
Needs to be
Good.
more niche.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, come on. There must be someone.
American football.
Okay. Yes.
Here
Who
we go.
starts?
Okay. Shortest to tallest.
Okay.
Sizzler.
Joe Montana.
William the Fridge Perry? William?
Correct.
Incorrect or correct? Correct.
Dan Marino.
Oh, very good. Yeah, good one. Good one.
Sizzler.
Bill Goldberg.
Is that real? Is that a real person?
I think he sounds good at this. Got to trust. You got to trust him. Without honesty, we have nothing.
Okay. Who is Taylor Swift marrying?
Oh, come on. Quick game's a good game here, Charlie.
Yeah, I'm out.
You're out. Okay. Vinny Testaverde.
Travis Kelce.
Oh, that's who I meant.
Randall Cunningham.
I
feel like Max is making up American names, but
I'm not. You know, I'm honest.
Okay.
I'm honest.
Sizzler.
Odell Beckham Jr.
Oh, good one.
Yeah, okay. Interviewed him once. Barry Foster.
Barry Foster doesn't sound real.
Played for the Steelers. Big guy for the Steelers.
All right. Oh, good. You know your gridiron, Max. Barry
I was
Foster.
trying to think of the bad guy in Ace Ventura.
Oh yeah, well you can say
I'm out.
O.J. Simpson, of course.
Yeah,
you
could have had
said.
it.
Could have had.
We can't for American football. You can't say you could have had because it's gone a long time. Okay, 2-0 to me.
Very good.
Okay. Producer Andrew Jolly got another. I'm enjoying Jolly Hawkins.
Enjoying. I just wish I knew one being shown up.
Bowls.
No,
Bowls.
David. Not Boone. David
Boone.
David someone. So he used to smoke a pipe. The bloke who smoked the pipe. Is that enough?
Okay.
Can I say that?
Sizzler, over to you.
I'm out.
Tony Alcock.
Oh no.
Made up name.
Is that real? Was that real?
I think it's real.
Yeah,
I think
I'm
it's
gonna
real.
have to Google
I'm out. I've got no more after that.
Tony Alcock. Good. Yeah, athlete. Yeah, bowler. Very good. Well done, Max.
Okay.
Gold in 1980 in the triples.
I love that. I was one, but I remember it like it was yesterday. Okay. One more, please.
Swimming.
Oh yes.
Swimming.
Okay, good one.
it's
Yeah.
gone.
Who
Okay.
is it?
Smallest feet to biggest feet. How big are your feet?
Eight and a half.
8.5. Sizzler.
8.
8. Okay, so I've got a size 10, so we'll start with you, Sizzler.
Nick Gilligan.
Duncan Goodhue.
Eric the Eel.
David Bryant was the bowls player I was after.
Okay.
Sharon Davis.
Was it me?
Yeah.
Adrian Morehouse.
I'm out.
Mark Spitz.
Ian Thorpe.
Tom Daly. I know he's not. He does sort of swim. Does he
come
count?
on.
He has to
No.
swim out of the pool.
He can swim, but like that, it's not.
I feel like I should be allowed it, but okay, I get it.
Okay, see you out.
Who's the lad who was in Strictly from Liverpool?
Nick says this game sounds very much like someone needs to say Ian Culverhouse, followed by a gong going off. Mark says hello. Hang on. Mark, who is the GB women's handball head coach, he says hi and waves.
Well done, Mark. Good
Hawkins.
to speak to you, Mark. We're learning, aren't we? That's the thing. For next time, we have to do some research and learn some people.
Matt says, this is truly terrible. I've listened to you guys for years, says Matt.
Okay.
I think this
It's
is
men remembering things they don't remember. Is all
Jolly
I'm
Hockey
worried.
6 is epic, says Gaz. I reckon I could give you a run for your money. So, listen, queue
I'm
up. Let's
bad
play
at
it
it.
again.
I'm bad
Let's
at
play
it.
it again.
I'm bad
Hey,
at it.
thanks, Sizzler. Thanks for taking part in the
Sizzler.
pilot.
Thank you very much.
There we go.
Cheers, guys.
So,
Sizzler.
yeah.
Sizzler has always brought some showbiz to it.
you could review, if you could review Jolly Hockey Sticks for us.
Yeah.
Let us know what you think of the game. And,
Next international break, we'd play it again, and we've got some time to do some research into names, sports names.
There we go. Mark Hawkins, a London 2012 Olympian, coach as well, analyst. We should have got. At least we discovered, we now know one handball player, and that is Mark Hawkins.
Mark Hawkins, to be remembered. Harry says, I'm a hockey player, and you named more players than I know.
You're listening to Talk Football, thank goodness. And we'll do some WSL and some England next.
Let's be honest, we've all found ourselves raging at a referee's decision at some stage. This feel familiar?
That is an absolutely shocking decision.
They've got a case in that it was a bad decision.
It's such a poor decision.
Yeah, I think he's just made a bad decision in that instance.
But what does it take to get to the very top of football refereeing? Every referee starts with their county FA. It's a simple training course and you can take it as soon as you hit your 14th birthday. Once you've done that, you have to go through at least 11 hours of face-to-face training. You'll then graduate as a Level 7 official, which means you can take charge of county-level games. But hold your horses, there's still a long way to go to get to the Premier League. Your next step is to spend a year each at Levels 6, 5 and 4. This covers the top of the amateur game. Only at Level 3 do you start doing Northern Counties or Isthmian League level games, for example. If you've done this all quickly, you can reach Level 2 and ref your first National League match after, I don't know, 6 years? After getting enough experience at that level, you can apply to be a referee in the EFL. There's an interview, people watching you do games, and then, if the EFL are happy, you'll be granted a Level 1 licence to ref in games in League 2 and above. Now, they don't just say on you go to the Premier League, you have to work your way up through the divisions. Only after years of hard work and refereeing on cold Tuesday nights in Stoke can you be considered to do matches in some of Europe's very best stadiums. Now, who was the youngest to reach the very top? It was actually Michael Oliver. He reffed his first Premier League match in 2010 at the tender age of just 25. So if you want to follow in his footsteps, crack on. It'll only take you roughly a decade, thousands of hours of work and an incredibly thick skin. In total, there are 37,000 registered referees across England, but the PGMOL has only deemed 21 good enough for the top flight. That means there's not even a 1 in 1,000 chance you'll even make it in. Obviously, referees can make mistakes, but when you think about it, having a go at them is kind of like slating a brain surgeon.
Good afternoon. It is Max Rush and Charlie Baker on the warm-up until 1 o'clock. Brought to you with Travis Perkins. Big trade deals. Head to travisperkins.co.uk. Download the app. Mike John says, I can't believe Charlie and Max were competing to remember American football players and neither thought of Roy Wrong Way Regals.
Oh, God. That's the thing. You can never remember Ron Regal's name when you need it.
Martin says Max introduces a new quiz that he automatically becomes world number one in. Septimus says Imran Shawani absolutely furious right now. Yes, he scored the other goal in Team GB's win in Seoul in the hockey.
What a good quiz question.
Matt says never again. Defund talkSPORT, not very jolly. Middle-aged men naming athletes from the 80s. What a game, says this text. Mark, back to the drawing board, chaps. Beyond dreadful. Paul says, did you miss Michael Phelps? Jolly hockey sticks, awful. Funniest was all cock and bowls. It's funny when you say it like that. Yes, it is funny.
Very good.
International breaks are bad enough without having to listen to Jolly Hockey Sticks again, says Paul. Phil says, you made a hash of that, but so entertaining. Anyway, I think there's something in it.
There's something in it, and I liked having the Sizzler involved. I think maybe a celebrity guest could come and play Jolly Hockey Sticks at some point. I think there's room for it, but the next international break is in November. So we'll revisit it then. I'd say we'd really develop it until then, but we'll probably think about it on the Thursday before the Saturday.
No, probably not even. About 5 minutes before the Saturday.
What about Jolly Hockey Sticks?
Sizzler says, from my perspective, I thought it was god-awful to start with, but I enjoyed it.
Yes.
There we are. Another text. I can't believe you didn't get Imran Shawani. I think Peter Schmeichel played handball in Denmark. I'm sure that
I'll tell you who does play handball. Mark Hawkins.
Oh, yeah. Well, of course, Mark Hawkins. Must be the greatest handball player I've ever heard of.
Absolutely. If I in a field of one, he's the one I can name.
The things he could do with his hands.
And his balls.
Yeah. Come on.
Better than that. Charlie. Move on.
Ladies and gentlemen,
let's go.
It's time. Let's do some WSL. It's Charlotte Richardson.
Oh, great.
You're a rich girl, and you're gone too far, but you know it don't matter anyway. You can rely
sitting on her gold sofa with her golden hat.
Yes.
Hey,
she's
Charlotte,
on a pleather chair, so that is quite,
Good afternoon. Yeah, good afternoon, guys. How are we?
Yeah, good. Thank you, Charlotte.
Very, very good. So look, when it's an international break, it is good it's big for the WSL, isn't it? Because the eyes are not on the Premier League. It's a real chance, and I know that Everton are going to play at Hill Dickinson, for example. So it is it's a big chance for the WSL to get some eyeballs on it.
Yeah, it's a really good opportunity, and I think having all of the fixtures condensed onto a Sunday is really helpful. Since the season's begun, the WSL has trialled a few different initiatives. We've had 4 games all kicking off at midday, which hasn't quite suited me, whereas tomorrow we have a really nice mix of some 12 o'clock kickoffs, one at 2:30 and then one later on in the evening as well. So as we always talk about the growth of the WSL, the interest in the women's game, as you say, international break affords a few more eyeballs, a few more opportunities for people to perhaps go down to their local team or turn on the TV, listen to the radio and check it out for themselves.
Chelsea unbeaten. They play Spurs at home, who have actually started
Good
pretty
start,
well, I
yeah.
think, haven't they, Spurs? But you know what we want is a title race, and the league table is still early days, right? But Chelsea still seem just so much better than everyone.
They really do. I mean, it's another month passes, another award for Sonia Bonpastor as the top WSL manager. Aki Beaver-Jones wins Player of the Month. They're one of 2 teams who are undefeated. But their standards are so high. There are still people critiquing their start to the season because they didn't win midweek in the Champions League. Chelsea are so dominant. But I think it's important the point you make about Spurs. They employed a new manager over the summer, Martin Ho, and they got off to a bit of a rocky start. A real humbling against Manchester City. But from that point, they've really fixed their defensive issues. And I think they're going to pose a really tricky, tough test for Chelsea, who, despite their gluttony of riches in terms of forward options, have been quite reliant on Aggie Beaver-Jones. They've got Katerina Maccaro missing out through injury, Myra Ramirez as well. Sam Kerr, the superstar, has returned, but she's still finding her feet a little bit. So I think Spurs are going to set up with a really strong, solid game plan. It's going to be down to Chelsea, really, to try and break them down. And in recent matches against the likes of Leicester City, they have found that difficult. And although they're winning, they're not perhaps winning by the scorelines we expect them to. So perhaps that's showing some progress from elsewhere. But I still expect them to pick up another 3 points. But fingers crossed, a more competitive WSL season as we move forwards.
Yeah, Arsenal have been misfiring, haven't they? Charlotte, it's not quite worked yet. I read an interview with Alessia Russo saying that she thinks it's a bit of a blip and they're going to be absolutely fine, but quite a long blip so far.
Yeah, it's really interesting, actually, because of the Champions League victory and the performance they put on against Barcelona, I wonder if that's almost been a bit of a plaster on some defensive frailties that were a part of Arsenal's season towards the end of the last campaign, that have just kind of stuttered into this season as well. They're without some really influential players, the likes of Leah Williamson at the heart of their defence. And not only does Williamson shore things up defensively, she's a really good ball player. She gives them some really good forward options. I was at their Champions League game against Olympique Lyon, who are a fantastic team. They really, really struggled in midfield to be combative. And I think in the WSL, they've not been able to be reliant on outscoring opposition. And they've gone 4 games now, I think it is, without a win. And they play Brighton tomorrow. And Michelle Adjaman signed on loan for Brighton. She won't be available to play against her parent club. But Brighton, again, a really tricky, organised team. And when you're not feeling your most confident, that will be a hard one. I think for Arsenal, though, playing at home. And I listened to an interview with Renee Slagers saying that she's got the team this week to watch clips of Roger Federer talking about the percentage of shots that he actually lost and coming back. And it was quite an interesting insight.
It's a good interview, that, if you want to find that out, actually, with Roger Federer. He said he lost more points than he won, so it's but he still won everything. Yeah, he's very good.
Yeah, I don't think he did. I think he won. I think he definitely won more points. Anyway, Gareth Taylor returns to Man City as manager of Liverpool, Charlotte, and that should be an interesting game.
There'll be a bit of needle to that one, I think, for Gareth Taylor leaving Manchester City, where they had a very, very clear identity. He had a squad there who were really technical, a lot of ability on the ball, employed by Liverpool over the summer, does not have the same sort of players at Liverpool. And Liverpool, alongside West Ham, are the only team yet to pick up points in this WSL season. Huge question marks. And I think a wider point at Liverpool about their investment into their women's team, but perhaps we can have that conversation on another day. Gareth Taylor is an incredibly experienced WSL manager. And when he sees 0 alongside his team's name, that is going to hurt. So if he can somehow manage to put a plan together to get points up of Manchester City, who themselves have got real aspirations to go all the way pushing at the WSL. They've got the likes of Khadija Shaw, Lauren Hem, Viviana Miedema, real talent there. So they'll be looking to do all they can to get one over their form boss.
London City Lionesses v West Ham. So the London City Lionesses, they spent some money in the summer. They are an independent club, of course, and not had the best of starts, but maybe v West Ham, maybe this will give them a bit of a platform, Charlotte.
Yeah, London City Lionesses picked up their first home win against Liverpool actually last weekend. To have that little run of games at home as they're finding their feet and adapting to the step up, which, by the way, is a huge step up from the WSL2 to the WSL1. I think it was about 16 players that they brought over the summer. It does take time for those players to not only adapt to this division, but to gel as a team. They created lots of chances against Liverpool, should have probably won more comfortably. And they'll see this contest against West Ham as one of those ones that they'll just want to make sure. It's a very winnable game for them, and their ambition this season will be to survive. But for West Ham, and again, a very experienced manager in Rhian Skinner, they ended last season superbly. Shakira Martinez was scoring goals for fun. She was the top goal scorer in 2025, but they just haven't been able to pick up from that point. So they will be looking at the London Derby, of course. They have never been beaten by London City Lionesses, to cut take some confidence from that. But if you're looking at this WSL table right now, I don't think many would have thought that Liverpool and West Ham would be sitting on 0 points, and the likes of Leicester City and London City being higher up the table.
Charlotte, are you in a pub?
I am. Have you heard of the Bike Shed in Shoreditch?
No. Nice.
It's amazing.
Sounds good.
I know the one. I know the one. Just
it's really, really
before,
cool.
just on the sort of junction, isn't it, of Shoreditch High, is it Shoreditch High, Kingsland Road,
Yes.
isn't it?
Yes.
In Old Street.
And I am here for work purposes, actually, because obviously the NFL's here this weekend, so I'm doing some work for the Kansas City Chiefs, so they're taking it over, welcoming fans. It's been a really cool event, but so pub/work.
Oh, that's nice. I like it.
10 pints deep, but you're still good for us. Thank you, Charlotte.
Cheers, Charlotte. Thank you.
Take it easy. Charlotte Richardson there. We'll keep you across all the WSL games. Me and Barry on from midday, so we'll keep you posted on those 4 midday kickoffs, and then Game Day Live after us. We'll do the same on Arsenal, Brighton, and Liverpool versus Manchester City. This is the warm-up on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins for the latest big trade deals. Head to travisperkins.co.uk or download the app. Barry's been in touch, Charlie, Barry Glendenning. Katie Shanahan played hockey for Team G. Did you take your headphones out, Charlie? Were you listening?
Sorry, I thought you were breaking. I was gonna go and have a chat with our producer. Sorry, I didn't know
really?
I thought you were going to the break. What were you saying about Katie Shanahan?
You just down tools.
No,
you just down tools. Are you on the beach? You're on the beach. You've got
I was just
45
going to talk
minutes
to our
left.
producer.
What are you
I was
doing?
going to have
I've done my bit.
conversation. I was going to ring Mark Hawkins about if I can get some handball this afternoon.
Barry Glendenning has been in touch.
Oh, what does he
Katie
want?
Shanahan, talksport's Katie Shanahan, played hockey for Team GB.
God, and she's got the best music as well. Shanahan.
Yeah, we missed the NFL player who was in the studio before us, says Mark. Chris says there are many excuses given for stopping mid-season international breaks.
Oh, yeah.
Jolly Hockey Sticks is the most persuasive one yet. What rubbish, says Chris. You may now, if you would like to take your headphones off now, Charlie.
No, I'm going to listen to the whole thing now.
Okay, well, you should listen to the adverts.
I can only apologise.
No, don't. That's okay. You never know. My mic might be faded up. You'll hear more of my inner consciousness. It's like the theme to. It's like the theme to Mr. Men. Bum 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 bum.
Is that what you were singing?
You can break. I think I was singing an advert. Have they clipped it up yet? How long does it take? How long does it take for them? Have they got it? Have they got it?
I don't know.
No, they don't know. Okay, they've all taken their, but no one's listening.
No one's listening. No one's listening.
It's an international break. That's fine. We'll do some England next.
Jack with the buttons isn't listening. No one's listening, so it's fine. It's exciting, isn't it?
That is really demoralising, isn't it? When you've just done a good bit and you look through the glass and there are 4 teenagers
just
there.
On his phone. Just all on their phones. On
They're
TikTok.
all on Snapchat. They're all on Snapchat. You're like, we're giving our heart and soul for this. Anyway, Craig Hope from the Mail will join us. We'll do some England in just a sec.
think Dave might be able to do a bit next weekend.
I fancy him.
I put the work in, and if I'm good enough, I'm good enough, and if I'm not, I'm not. But I can be proud of myself for probably the first time in my career.
If this was made 2 to 3 years ago, I'd have said this is absolutely crackers.
Right here for Dave Allen at this stage of his career. Big right hand goes in. Fisher hurt again as he covers up. Body shot.
Good afternoon, you're listening to talkSPORT. Max Rushden and Charlie Baker with you until 1. Let's go to Guy Swindles. Women's World Cup. England batting against Sri Lanka. How's it going, Guy?
England have just lost a big wicket. The score is now 115 for 3. We're in the 23rd over. Heather Knight going. The review was eventually given. She was given not out for a caught at first slip. They reviewed with 2 seconds remaining, Sri Lanka, and it found that the ball had just clipped a glove on the way through to Vahanga at first slip, giving Ranawira the wicket, and Heather Knight had gone for 29.
Thank you, Guy. And earlier in the show, the adverts were on, but my mic was faded up, and it just sounded. My inner monologue is very basic. Do you want to hear it?
Yes, please. Yeah, I'd love to hear it. Yes, please. Thank you.
Believes there's a consensus at Westminster that Britain is broken as he opened the party's conference in Aberdeen. He says winning a majority at next year's Holyrood election will be a fresh start for Scottish independence.
During the news, not even during the adverts, the news.
So when David Cameron was mic'd up and went back into 10 Downing Street and just went dumpty 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 dump. God's sake. That's what's happened to me.
Very good.
That's what's happened. When the news is on, I'm just going bum 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 bum. Anyway, let's do a bit more England. Governor win over Wales, play Latvia on Tuesday night. Lots of interesting stuff around Thomas Tuchel and things he said, the players he hasn't picked, the players he has picked. Let's talk to Craig Hope, Daily Mail's England correspondent. Hey, Craig, how are you?
Craig.
Afternoon, guys. Very good.
Oh, good.
Now, look, being an England correspondent I guess is good, isn't it? It's what's our dream. You get to go to World Cups and all that, but quite a lot of the time, you know, the same players are picked, etc., etc. I wonder if the Tuchel era is quite exciting and interesting because it's different.
Selfishly, from a journalistic perspective, it's absolutely wonderful. It really is. You know, we sort of sailed through with Gareth Southgate where everything was nice, everything was cohesive, everybody liked each other. And as good as that was for the wider collective, and what Gareth did in making everybody love the badge and feel okay about wearing the shirt again was genius. Really, I had a lot of time for Gareth with that, but at the same time, what it stripped away was a lot of the controversy. And, you know, to answer your question, Max, now with Thomas Tuchel, absolutely, we've got that. And I don't say it in a bad way. I actually applaud him for that. He's taken a look at what has gone before, and he said, no, I'm gonna build a team here. And he uses that word repeatedly. And I think it's a good thing. Now, I was on your station after the game out in Serbia, the 5-0 last month, and I think it was Ali McCoy that asked me, you know, do Bellingham, Phil Foden, Cole Palmer return as would be expected? I said, no, absolutely not. Of course they don't. The following morning, Gabby Bonlahor was on. Now, I've got a lot of time for Gabby, but he called my opinion crap, and I listened on. I was intrigued to learn about Gabby's logic, and basically his argument amounted to nothing more than you've got to play your best players. Now, come on, welcome to 2006. I think, you know, if you go down that route, you'll end up where England have invariably gone before, coming up against the first best team, really, and going out. Now, what Thomas Tuchel is doing is I think he's going to try and work now with a core of around 14, 15, 16 players and build an 11 within that. Jordan Pickford's going to play every game. That's good. Don't rotate the goalkeepers. Elliot Anderson and Declan Rice will be the two in the middle. Good. Let them build that understanding. The same with the back four and further forward. Probably one of the questions we're going to get to is, where does Jude Bellingham fit within that? But the wider theme of what Tuchel is trying to achieve, I'm all for it.
Do you get the feeling in the press conferences that he's been on a slight journey and now he's gone, actually, I'm not here to make friends. I'm not here for very long. I'm here to win the World Cup. I'm going to do it my way, and this is my way.
Yeah, I think he always was on that journey, Charlie, from
Okay.
the very start. He was very clear that he was here with one defined goal, and that was to win the World Cup. And he was going to do it his way. Now, I could use language, but he doesn't give a. He really doesn't. I love that about him. And if that means upsetting Jude Bellingham, Cole Palmer, Phil Foden, then so be it. Now, on Bellingham, there's two ways to deal with a problem like Bellingham. And Bellingham is a problem. I've been on this station before and we've explored the attitude, and it's quite clear when Thomas Tuchel talks about teammates eyeballing each other and shrugging their shoulders and digging each other out. He is talking about Bellingham, you know. He might not say that, but I will say that for him. We've noticed that ourselves, you know. Jude Bellingham does go around with a leading man syndrome, and to quote Thomas Tuchel, can intimidate his teammates. Now, there's two ways to deal with that issue. You can deal with it the way Gareth Southgate would have tried to deal with it, and that is put Bellingham in the team. His merits as a footballer aren't the debate here, and try to coax, you know, being a better teammate out of him. Or you can do what Thomas Tuchel's done and thought, I'll solve the problem just by not including him. I don't think it is a given, the next squad, when we come back in November, that Jude Bellingham will be in that. I think Thomas Tuchel now wants to see the development of unity, players playing with a smile, training well, the happy camp he repeatedly talks about, because that will justify those big decisions he's made.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose, another alternative is you say this guy is good enough because he's an absolute stunning footballer when he's at his best, and you build a team around him. But I think the interesting thing will be, when it actually comes down to it. Of course, people will get injured, form will change, and I think Tuchel will adapt with that. Morgan Rogers looks like the number 10, and that's great. But if he has a terrible half of the season, it hasn't been great for Villa, I suppose. But you can see Tuchel making those changes. I think what's so fascinating, we don't know, is when it really comes down to it, and it's the quarterfinal of the World Cup. The team that he puts out, if and I don't want to get ahead of myself, maybe we won't get there. That will be fascinating, Greg.
Yeah, but if a team, Max, has taken them that far, he will continue to pick the team. We saw at the Euros, I was out there in Germany, and they relied on moments. There was no essence of team at all. Now, invariably, it was Jude Bellingham who produced those moments. You've got to give him that. But Thomas Tuchel wants to walk away from that, where you are reliant on the big egos. He wants it to be a collective, an 11 who takes, or 11, 12, 13, 14, who take England on that journey. Not just those big names popping up to score overhead kicks in the 97th minute. England are better than that. They should be better than that. And I like what he's doing. I can see the logic behind it. And not just that, not just the logic, the theory. We're actually seeing it play out in practice now. And that is what will please him most. I was out in Serbia. I've covered England for a few years now. That was easily the best performance in terms of intent, intensity, and cohesion. They followed that up in the first half hour against Wales on Thursday night. It's why he's picking this settled team. We won't see many changes out in Latvia on Tuesday, and he will be desperate for it to work, because I honestly believe he doesn't really have an appetite to throw those big names straight back in.
Yeah, it's worth saying that, that game, what was the game where Bellingham scored the overhead kick and then Kane scored? I tweeted about a minute before, it's not a crime to take off Bellingham and Kane. And then they went and both scored. And it went, I went on something called freezing cold takes, and I've never gone more viral. It was brilliant. Do you think, sorry to interrupt, do you think the same goes for Kane? Because Watkins is different. And he obviously, you can press much more with Kane is obviously was so brilliant. He's on great form, and he's he's a team player and captain and all those kind of things. But I wonder if Tuchel will have exactly the same opinion about every single possible player that could play for him.
I think Kane is different because Kane's a very different character to Jude Bellingham. There's no issue there within the wider group. Kane actually is fantastic in that regard. And there's two factors I point out here, Max. One, there was no obvious replacement. There was no Morgan Rogers who was coming in and playing like they are in Jude Bellingham's position, or if you go further back in the field, Elliot Anderson and Declan Rice are making the 6th and their 8th their own. So Bellingham's got a problem in terms of players are actually, you've inherited the jersey or have made it their own now. They're playing very well. There is no alternative to Kane, but also on the flip side of that, Harry Kane has had this second lease of life. I saw him play, second lease of life, perhaps the wrong term there, but I honestly thought we were seeing the gradual decline of Harry Kane. I've seen him play this season. He seems to have found an extra yard. He seems to have had a little bit more energy and invention and determination about him. Now, because of that, I would honestly have Harry Kane as for the first name on the team sheet now, especially because, as I already touched on, there are no viable alternatives. You've got to remember as well, when they get to the World Cup next summer, it is going to be slow, and perhaps everybody else will come down to Harry Kane's summer pace. We've seen in the summer that Harry Kane brings a caravan to these major tournaments with him. But in America, because it is going to be so hot and so humid, perhaps it will be at a pace he prefers.
Good stuff, Craig. Really always good to have you on.
Thank you, Craig.
And it's going to be fascinating. Thank you, pal.
Cheers, guys.
Craig Hope there, Daily Mail England correspondent. Scotland 5 says, car crash radio at its best. He says, shambolic quizzes, interview in a noisy pub, covert singing, unintentional repeats of news, beards. This show has it all. Beards?
Beards.
I love it.
There are beards on the show.
I love it in capital letters.
He loves it. Scott in 5.
Sid says there's no universe where Henderson makes the 25 over Bellingham and Foden. None, zero, none. I sort of kind of hear both sides.
I can't imagine Bellingham. I mean, Bellingham is such an amazing footballer. I think other countries must look at us and think, why aren't they playing?
Do you know what?
Why aren't they playing Bellingham?
I was talking to Filippo Clear about this. In 98, 96, Cantona and Ginola were both seen, and they're different players, right? But, different styles of players, but were both seen as the absolute, these are the stars.
Yeah.
And okay, they had Zidane, right? Not bad. But, pick Dugarry and Guivarc'h over Ginola and Cantona and won the World Cup in 98. Like, it can happen.
He's only young. But, Bellingham is really
also,
young,
Of course, and he's talked. It's in the sports headlines. He's talked about the mentality and the difficulties that he has, and actually, that's quite an interesting thing. And I wrote about this because I was writing about Liverpool in a piece in the Guardian about losing 3 in a row and people saying it's a crisis, and then us all sort of just forgetting that. Diogo Jota died just 3 months ago. How that would affect the whole squad and the whole staff and everyone there, and how they're still going through it. And it's intangible. And actually, without wanting to do down what talkSPORT is or what my job is or your job is, all your analysis of elite sport is kind of superficial because you never know how anyone really is when they're playing. But you can't obviously go, well, that was a terrible mistake by X, but obviously we don't know what's going on at home, or we don't know how the health of their parents, or we don't know this because you don't have time, or you don't know, and so
that's why that Stephen Gerrard interview was interesting. And actually, we had Steve Harmison on Thursday as well, and he's done a big chat with Freddie Flintoff, and a lot of that sort of thing came out as well about the mental health during Ashes tours and that sort of thing as well. So you should look. I think that's out next week. That chat. Harmy with Freddie Flintoff. Really
that's a really good idea. It's fascinating. I've heard, Matthew Hoggard and cricketers talking about this completely because their schedules are sort of ridiculous.
Crackers, But I mean, the Harmison first bowl in the ball, the famous one where he bowls it wide. They talk about that, and Flintoff says, I should never have played you, but I picked you because you're my friend, and I wanted to back you. So anyway, it goes into that. It's very interesting.
Anyway, Adam says the whiplash you get going from Max and Charlie's original content to serious football analysis is incredible.
Well, try and do both.
I think he.
And if you like indie bangers, you can listen to me between 2 and 6 on Virgin Radio at the same time.
Rob Earnshaw and his baby, the Game Day warm-up, will join us in just a second. We'll look ahead to Wales, Belgium in just a sec. The answer, Charlie, was no. I can't read it.
Oh, you're not allowed to read it out.
Lucky.
Oh, right. Now, all we all want to hear, the only thing we all want to hear now is
I'll
whatever
send it.
that
I've
was.
got all the listeners' phone numbers. I'll send it in that giant WhatsApp group. We're all in.
Oh, yeah. Great.
Let's do a bit of Wales. Obviously, disappointing game against England. They played Belgium on Monday night. Belgium, who I got a surprising draw, actually. Didn't win the other night. Let's talk to our friend of the show. And, of course, we are godparents to his
of course. I forget that.
youngest child, Robbie Earnshaw. Welcome, Rob. How are you?
Good afternoon. I am doing excellent. Thank you, guys. How are you?
Oh, very well.
Yeah, good. How's the nipper? Yeah. How is young Max Charlie Earnshaw?
She's amazing. Honestly, what a blessing. What a blessing. She's asking for you all the time. I'm like, listen.
No, I know. I'm sure she is. And I like you're still in that post-globe. What a blessing. And like 3 years later, going, oh, my God, these days. The days are long and the weeks are also long. Okay, so look, the game against England, it was sort of done in 12 minutes, wasn't it? And I guess you've spoken to us about how good Craig Bellamy is. He will be very good at getting that squad in and saying, look, that is gone. Forget about it. Belgium is the big game.
Yeah, and do you know what? It was one of those games that nothing went right. The plan didn't go to the plan. And then you kind of come out of it and think, wow, that was a lot. That was a lot. And you listen, the game was over in 20 minutes when Saka comes inside and almost like his trademark now. And I was thinking, do not let him inside.
Oh, yeah.
Do not let him inside. Comes inside, bang, game over. And you just thought, that's it now, you know. And it was a little bit of a wake-up call, actually, for Wales. A little bit of a wake-up call. A little bit of the, like Craig put it, bruise the ego a little bit. But at the same time, I don't think it's the biggest devastating thing in the world. Yes, of course, they go up against Belgium now on Monday night. So that was always going to be the most important game.
It is the most important game. Do you think having that game against England, I mean, because you don't know how it's going to go, and sometimes you can play a big nation and you can get blown away, right? It can happen, right? But do you think it was a good idea to have that game in the same international break? Would it have been better to not have a friendly or to have an easier one, or coming up against someone to get you match ready for Belgium is actually quite a good idea?
Well, this is the thing. A lot of people say, okay, why do you have the friendly just before the big game? It's because they have to. Now, this is now UEFA and FIFA because they make them have the friendlies. So you have to have a friendly. It's not a question of, oh, we just put it in there. So that's the situation with having the England game. But when you do have to have one, I think we're seeing this Wales team in this 2 or 3 year period of getting ready for the World Cup. But to get ready for the World Cup, to get ready to compete at a high level where we've not been before, what do we want to do? Well, we want to play against the best. Okay, let's go play England. Let's play Belgium.
Yeah.
Let's play top teams. That will improve us. And this is what I say about it. When you play England, and when I've been on the pitch with top players, it's like having 100 training sessions, because the feeling you come away, the learning, the lessons, because you see things that everybody else can't see.
Yeah.
How quick you see a top player move. You see a top player just think so quick, and you think, saw that, but how did he see it 1 second earlier? That is what you take away. And I hope that's what Wales would have, and the players would have taken away from it in a high level. Gordon was brilliant. Saka was brilliant. Watkins was excellent. Rodgers was excellent. And you just think, these guys are brilliant. Let's take that away. That's the speed we've got to play at. Oh, that's how sharp, that's how efficient we've got to be. That's how the quality we've got to put in. So those things is what I took away from the game. And I'm sure Craig would have saw the details and thought, yeah, okay, that's a lesson. And we've got to take that away now and think, okay, what can we do in the Belgium game that we took in from the other night against England?
I can imagine you'd be quite disappointed that a couple of the goals came from corners, from quite traditionally British ways of playing, of getting the ball in the box for the big men, you know, and you had big men in the box as well. You had Kiefer Moore in there, back, you know, and those things that they didn't defend well at the breakdown, did they, Robbie?
Yeah, and what it showed me is just, this is the game, you know, little step piece goes in, obviously, bang, you got to concentrate on that.
Yeah.
If it's a goal kick, if it's build up, you got to concentrate on that. And it was the consistency of England's always switched on. that beat us. 1 second, bang. Gay's the sharpest one.
Yeah,
to the
that
ball,
was so
bang,
sharp,
pulls
wasn't it? It
back.
was great.
Yeah, pulls it back. Rogers is in a great place because he's the sharpest in that situation. Bang, goal. And that was the disappointing thing. And we've been so good at them. That's the thing. You know, for the last few years, we've been so good at set pieces. We take care of that. We concentrate on those things. But, you know, in the moment where you need to, you know, continue that, it didn't happen. And it was convincing in the end.
I mean, the group is so tight, right, isn't it? So North Macedonia, who got a really good draw against Belgium, they are top with 12 points. They have played a game more than Belgium have 11, Wales have 10. Kazakhstan 6 and Liechtenstein 0, they're out of it. But Wales can't afford to lose this game, you feel, right? They've got North Macedonia, which is going to be an absolutely massive game. They also play Liechtenstein, which they will win. So you just think if they can avoid defeat in this, that actually puts them in not a bad spot to at least get second in this group.
Because of North Macedonia were top and Belgium drawing last night, it actually puts it into Wales's hands, which is a great situation. You want to be in that, where if Wales win all the games, they go to the World Cup. So it's straightforward in that way. So a little advantage there. But we've got to play Belgium and we've got to play top of the table North Macedonia. North Macedonia are dangerous, by the way, and we play them at the end. Belgium game, of course, and then North Macedonia. We've got to take care of the Belgium game, number one. Do you know what? It's going to be so good. I flash back to a couple of years ago when we played Croatia and we beat them 2-1, and nobody gave us a chance. And everybody's saying, "Oh, of course, Croatia will just come through." And I think they were top at that time. They'll come through and beat Wales. But it was one of those games where the chills come over your back a little, and you just feel that was an outstanding Wales performance, and they outshone the superstars of Croatia. We need another one of those. We need you know, Kevin De Bruyne quiet, Doku quiet, Trossard quiet, you know, Tielemans, all of these guys. We need one of those.
When you say it like that, Robbie, it sounds quite hard. That's quite a lot of very good players, isn't it?
Oh, brilliant. You know, and I'm a big fan of Doku, so he is outstanding right now. And Kevin De Bruyne is, for me, the best midfielder what we've seen in the Premier League. So we're coming up against that. And listen, it's what you want to face up against. And I think it's going to be a special night in Cardiff. We're going to need the red wall of the fans. And we're going to need everything to be just right and the players to be literally hyped up for it and ready to go.
But if I've worked it out, you're right. If you win, right, takes you to 13 points, right, and you will be above Belgium and North Macedonia, then basically you just have to beat Liechtenstein to get to the World Cup. It's like that, and you go, oh my God, if we could just win this game. The pressure's going to be huge, isn't it? I wish you luck, Robbie, and thanks so much for coming on.
Good luck, Robbie.
Always.
Cheers.
Pleasure, guys.
Rob Earnshaw there, former Wales striker. So it's just an absolutely enormous game. I hadn't quite realised before I just stared at that table. It's on Monday night, Wales against Belgium, and it is just an enormous game in Group J. And they say if they win, they're basically at the World Cup. But as he said, we've got to keep him quiet and him quiet.
It's quite a lot of people to keep quiet, isn't it?
Hard to keep really quiet.
Very.
Now, Monday, on talkSPORT, Paul Gascoigne joins Jim White, Simon Jordan and Martin Keown in the studio to discuss his new book. He will talk about everything, his challenges off the pitch, and also an extraordinary career, and what a player, an unbelievable footballer he was. Paul Gascoigne live with Jim White, Simon Jordan and Martin Keown this Monday on talkSPORT. It's the warm-up on talkSPORT. Big? It doesn't say big
lads.
anywhere.
Couple of big lads. Couple of big lads. It's the warm-up. Couple of big lads.
Words I like. Big balloon, ball, squirrel. Dumpy doo, bum ba bum ba bum. There is always time for time difference, and we'll do that next.
I think Dave might be able to do a bit next weekend.
I fancy him.
I put the work in, and if I'm good enough, I'm good enough, and if I'm not, I'm not. But I can be proud of myself for probably the first time in my career.
If this was made 2 to 3 years ago, I'd have said this is absolutely crackers.
Right here for Dave Allen at this stage of his career. Big right hand goes in. Fisher hurt again as he covers up body shot.
Regards that horse that bolted through London.
Oh, yeah.
Charlie, and then was instantly retired. This text says, can you guys bolt through London?
Was his name Quaker? I think the horse's name was Quaker Afari.
Quaker Afari, yes. Bolting through London.
Retired.
Anyway, before we do time difference, let's go to Guy Swindles, England versus Sri Lanka in the Women's World Cup.
England have lost another wicket. The score is 150 now for 4. Sophia Dunkley was the player to go. Decent looking drive, but uppish, and a really well taken caught and bowled from Kavisha Dilhari saw the end of Dunkley for 18. Nat Skipperbrunt has brought up a 50. She's 56 not out. The total 150 for 4 in the 32nd.
As we go live to Leicester Forest East, for there is always time for time difference, and here is your host, Jeff, the Jeff Peters. Welcome, Jeff.
Hello, Jeff.
Good afternoon to you, fellas. So this is the quiz where Max and Charlie have guessed the times for randomly selected balls of sport. There'll be 5 of them. A margin of error will build.
Oh, yeah.
Twist overall score wins. Now, if the person trading at any point,
I think we need to come back and get your line a bit better, Jeff. If
What's
I'm
wrong
honest,
with
I
your
mean there will
audio?
be time. There
It's
will
your
be
microphone.
time.
Go to call settings.
Go to call
settings.
You're on
select
mute.
Mic. Select mic. Go to call settings and select mic. That's what you need to do. Andrew Jolly Hockey Sticks says his line was fine off air, but we want to know about on air Jeff Peters.
Jeff Peters.
Who's doing the scoring?
Who's
doing the
Jeff
scoring?
does both. Jeff's multi-talented.
It's
Jeff can do both.
Look at
He's
that.
incredible.
Is he back?
Incredible.
Hey, Jeff. How are you, Jeff? There's always time for time. There's not a lot of time for this. Jeff, you keep behaving like this.
You're Mars.
Mars, you can hear me, boys, yeah?
Yeah, that's it.
Not
Go
really.
on. Go for it, Jeff.
Just get on with it.
We'll get on with it.
Max won last week. He drew of the last 5 after Charlie had won 5 in a row. It's 16 to Max this year. So Max, you can choose what to do first or second.
Who would you reckon, Charlie?
Well,
I reckon just about.
I reckon it's fine. Fine so far.
Fine so far. Left hand.
Left hand. Go for it.
No, I said you want to go first or second, Max.
Oh dear, Max. Shall we go
first,
or
please.
second first? Then we are. All right. Then we are.
Okay. Right. First
Stop
goal.
interrupting, Jeff. Yes.
Ollie Watkins scored for England against Wales in which minute?
Ollie Watkins, he scored after 12 minutes.
I think you're about right, Max. I'm going to say, I think it was like 12:40, wasn't it? Yeah, so I'll just have to say 13.
Let's see how that goal went in.
Rice coming round the back. Rogers takes the responsibility and he's played across the face of goal for Watkins. Cannot miss.
And that went in the 11th minute.
Oh.
Charlie to guess first on the second goal. Plymouth against Fulham.
Against who?
Yeah, I can't. Jeff, there is a real problem with the line. We genuinely can't hear you. So I don't know how we're going to resolve this, but maybe
get him on the phone.
Come on the phone,
Get him on
Jeff.
the phone.
Perhaps. I don't think it's your. Yeah, phone.
Time.
Yes, Jeff. He's going to get on his phone now.
Is there going to be time?
Don't
for time
show us your
the
phone
pressure
screen, Jeff. Whatever you do.
Enormous.
There we are. Jeff's going to. He looks like he's doing 50, 50, 50, like he's on a late night.
Actually,
phone
if you
chat
ask me, Charlie, it looked like the way he did that was sort of a little bit OnlyFans. Not that I have a lot of experience of.
I don't know. I've never seen an OnlyFans.
One of those.
I wonder if,
phone me now.
Once again, we're not going to have time for time difference. I can't believe it, Max.
Imagine that.
I mean, you're trying. It's really trying there. Really trying to get it over the line.
Can we get 4 goals in 2 minutes? I reckon we can absolutely nail it. Find out how quickly we can do it. This is exciting time.
Why aren't we doing horse footballers in honour of Quaker retiring? Well, he's offered
I'm
up.
having Gigi Buffon now. Well, listen,
We've got to fill 4 minutes. So making hospital radio look professional. None of this is our. None of this is our fault.
It's none of it our fault. Is what you're saying?
None of this is our fault. Is it? We're giving it a good go.
Listen to me, Charlie. We win as a team.
I'm not saying it's anyone's fault.
We may be the faces of this show and arguably the faces of this radio station, except on the big photos that they put up.
And you haven't got a magnet.
I don't have a magnet. But we will take the failure.
Of course, yeah. All day long.
We will take responsibility for the failure.
Have we got Jeff on the phone at all? Just not getting hold of Jeff. Peters, this is a disaster.
Can you hear me, lads?
Yes! Come on, Jeff, let's go.
We've got
goal number
2 minutes to get through all the goals. Here we go.
Justin Kluivert, Bournemouth against Fulham.
Oh, yeah.
Charlie.
Yes, Justin Kluivert, Bournemouth v Fulham. When?
Last
weekend, yeah. Sure. I think he scored early. I think he scored in the 24th minute.
No, he didn't.
Oh, no, it was second half, wasn't it? It was second half.
The 77th minute.
Okay, we'll just move swiftly on because we haven't got time. So it was 84th minute. So Max 7 out onto 8. Charlie 60 out onto 12-3. JD Philogene. Ipswich against Norwich last weekend. When did Philogene score?
He scored in the 34th minute.
Philogene. I've got to get back like 40 minutes, isn't it? So 74th minute.
Okay, that goal went in the 44th minute.
This is over. The game's over. Game's over.
18. Eric Dyer equalising for Monaco against Man City in the Champions League recently. Where did Dyer score?
Oh, yes. Charlie. The 65th minute.
The 90th minute.
That's okay. We haven't got time for the goals, so that went in the 90th minute. So
well done, Max. Very good. Does that make you're ahead, so it doesn't go back to naught.
On to 117, and so Charlie leads by 99. Sorry, Max leads by 99.
99 feels a lot.
Max, Sheffield Wednesday against Coventry. 5-1 to Cobb. When did Hadji Wright score?
Yes.
I could say anything. 99 minutes out, unless it was the 100th minute. I'll go the 30th minute. Scott says the car crash continues.
Unless I get it spot on, and I'm going to say 74th minute.
That goal went in the 45th minute.
There we are. A great game.
Thank you.
A massive win.
Jeff.
5 wins in 6. We got there technically in the end.
Thanks, Jeff.
Yeah. Thanks, Jeff. Ben says, can't you fill with interviewing a boxer? Hey, Wednesday's jokes for Wednesday's shows, Ben.
Save the jokes.
Thanks, Charlie.
Thank
See
you.
on Wednesday.
Really
Me and
enjoyed
Barry back midday tomorrow. And Saturday session is next.